showtime. Scores! It's go time! Live from the Columbus Civic Center in Columbus, Georgia, it's time for a Valentine's Day edition of Columbus River Dragons hockey. Hello everybody, my name is Liam Gotimer. As always, it's an absolute pleasure to be here alongside all of you as the River Dragons take on the Baton Rouge Zydeco for the final time this season. Joining me inside of the broadcast booth, as he did last night, is Mike Vee.
Well, hey, Liam, looking forward to this game here. It was a barn burner for a while last night until late in the third period, but of course we watched a great hockey game.
Absolutely, the River Dragons skating away with an 8-5 win. And Mike, this was a goal-scoring showdown if I've ever seen it. Ryan Hunter with a natural hat trick. Tyler Barrow went 2 for 3.
Yeah, and about Barrows was the idea of him having the opportunity for a trifecta hat trick, 3 hat tricks in 3 games, came 1 short last night. But I don't think he's disappointed with a 2-goal night, as well as, of course, Hunter with the hat trick last night. Really chipped in the third period, in the second and third period. Barrows the first period, and of course Hunter on the second and third period.
Definitely. With that, let's now send it down to ice level for our fire starter of the night. And the fire starter of the night is none other than number 88 himself, Ryan Hunter. And when he has the puck on his stick and confidence behind it, he can score in short order like he did last night.
Yeah, we watched him last night. Of course, he had that call up into Charleston and ECHL, and over there doing his thing, comes back here and just lights the board up. So it's going to be interesting to see how the fire starter of the night. We need the fire starter of the night here in this building. A little chilly tonight.
And how about 26 goals in 26 games played for Ryan this season as a River Dragon? A goal per game pace, it's pretty good.
When you look at those stats, and they just keep adding up, and you're wondering why you have a 9-game streak, and I'm sure you're going to talk about that.
Absolutely, but with the fire starter of the night means we must have a pest of the game, and now we'll send it to the other side of the sheet for said pest of the game. And Mike, it's Tyler Larwood, and he scored a gorgeous goal last night.
Really pretty, a goal scorer's gem, so to speak. Just an incredible move, top shelf shot. Guy's got skills. He can stick handle. He does his thing, and of course, looking at the way this team has it, 3 players that I saw last night offensively that certainly was that kind of had those kind of skills on them. So again, that's a guy you're going to have to watch out for, and of course, he will be a pest, and hopefully he'll be a pest more on the physical side as opposed to the scoring side.
And one more question on Tyler Larwood before we send it to our first break. How many times calling a hockey game did you see a player wearing a backwards hat warming up instead of helmet, no helmet? Different?
Honestly, I cannot think. I've seen some, skull caps. I've seen some different, winter apparel hats, but not the backwood baseball cap, so to speak. So
that's definitely different. He nearly collided with Bailey Stevens, his goaltender for tonight's game. Back here inside of the broadcast booth, we will now send it to our very first commercial break of the evening. When we return, it won't be Liam G and Mike V. It'll be highlights from last night's 8-5 win, the victory that made it 9 wins in a row for your Dragons.
Hey, playing for an ultra?
We playing for ultras? Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
It feels like just yesterday our healing mission began. Inspired by visionaries, answering a higher calling. For 75 years, we've cared for this community, body, mind, and spirit. From checkups to life-saving heart surgery, from welcoming new life to supporting mental health and healing. For 3 generations, we've stood by your side, and our story is just beginning. Inspired by purpose, we are shaping the heart of healthcare.
The difference with Beam isn't just speed, it's service that you can count on. And when you call, you'll reach real people who live right here. And when you connect, you'll feel the reliability that makes Beam stand out. Now whether it's working from home, streaming your favorites, or keeping up with everyday life, Beam keeps it all running smoothly. And right now, get our 1 gig plan for just $60 a month for your first 3 months. Fast, dependable, and local. Beam Broadband, connection you can count on.
Let Shredaway, a division of the Overbee Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shredaway, a division of the Overbee Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shredaway, 706-577-9668.
And they're not on the ice right now as Barrow shoots and scores! In Tyler Barrow's most previous 2 games, he's had a hat trick, and tonight he kicks us off with a goal.
I was going to say he's a third of away from getting it in his 3rd game.
A hat trick of hat tricks.
Some guys don't get hat tricks. That's the old 1A, 1B, not one.
Pardon me, Kyle Moore scores!
Well, when you're putting the puck in the net like that, goaltending is not that big of a deal, at least not for you. However, for Baton Rouge, it's an issue right now as they're down 2-0.
A little bit of a concern. 2 goals on 8 shots already.
You know, you talk about being hot and just putting the puck on right now. This game starts off, you'd think it would be exactly flip-flop the other way. A lot of shots on goal with a power play to start the game, but it's the exact opposite.
Yep.
And the River Dragons have just put their nose to the grindstone, and they have just absolutely put the pressure on Coffey and beaten them twice.
Keller loaded up for a shot from the slot if the puck comes to him. Keller will now race over to the far half boards, take a hit from Doherty. Doherty lays another check onto his opposition, but the Zydeco find a way to beat Tyler Roy. It's 2-1.
That was a rolling puck. It's dangerous for a goaltender. Rolled right up his sleeve, over his shoulder in the top.
Meanwhile, a 1-on-1 for the Zydeco. This is Larwood. He'll dance around Sommerl and go top shelf.
Hey, credit where credit's due right there. That's a goal scorer's goal right there. What a shot.
That was
Larwood.
Disgusting. Breakaway, Dmitry Kuznetsov. Roy makes the save!
None bigger than that one, folks. You can write that one down.
In total this evening, all of them at even strength. So Scott Chirac, number 19, a saucer pass.
There you go.
Missed the stick of Kuznetsov. So now Horn will hop around Chirac. Lost the puck, though, to Kuznetsov, who was the last line of defense outside of the goaltender.
One nifty move too many.
Chirac with the center lane drive. There's a nifty move. He goes backdoor. Cox, while falling down, got a bid to the net. Meanwhile, Blacksmith for Barrow.
Look at the toe
Barrow
drag.
could
Almost.
not execute the toe drag around Katola. Now it's deflected right back into the River Dragons zone. Chirac against Underwood. Larwood already with a goal tonight. Left point, Katola. Loading up at the right side is Cox. Electing to shoot is Katola. Right into a pile of bodies. Underwood tries to kick it north, which he does. Now Barrow, a 2-on-0 with Wickline. Wickline, Barrow!
You gotta give it
You
to him.
bet! Barrow, Hunter. Fanned on the shot, but the extra poke check keeps possession. Turning and shooting is Storjahan in front. They battle for it. Barrow, Storjahan. Coffey answers the bell. It's loose at the goal line, but not in. Wow. Man, the River Dragons tossed everything at Ed Coffey, but
Coffey's standing up strong in net now. He's keeping him in it.
I tried to make a coffee pun, but I'm not a drinker of coffee, so I didn't have one. But we'll see if I can cook something up throughout the rest of the game. The two teams return to even strength as we're past the midway mark of the hockey game. 3 goals for the River Dragons, 2 for the Baton Rouge Zydeco. How about Joetten Blacksmith trying to knife his way through? But he was stopped right down by Curtis Hansen. Matcham inadvertently kicks it back to Ilnor Madiarov. Here's a centering feed. They have tied the game.
Yep.
Blake Keller is second of the contest. It's 3-3. No goals for CJ Stubbs. So he and Tyler Barrow tied at 30. Hunter in his house at the right circle. He loves to park himself there and let it fly. Storjahan Hunter, no doubt about it.
Now that's River Dragons passing right there. That's perfect. Poster man on the outside. It's just a sweeping goal. Just put it in the empty net, and you're back up.
24th goal of the season for Ryan Hunter. His 11th on the power play. Welcome back, 88.
Nice job. Nice looking power play. Kept it in the zone. Moved the puck well. Got some quality shot. And the best one that went in.
And the River Dragons scored the power play goal after the excellent work in the offensive zone. Something that they had on their previous power play. They just didn't get rewarded with a goal. Now they do. They've got the lead back. Be a tie game. More on the re-entry. Coffey plays the puck with his stick. Katola right there in support. And number 7, Nick Katola, will begin his approach. Crosses in over all 3 lines and scores!
No. That is one of those plays. He used the defenseman as a screen, and it was a shot, top shelf, and this game is tied. I mean, this is just kind of, as far as, you know, you're rooting for the River Dragon, it's frustrating to see that you get the shots, you get the pressure, and then they just come right back and methodically come down the ice and take a shot, and again, you shoot at the net, and good things can happen. And right there, using the defenseman as a screen, puts it right over the shoulder of Roy, and we're tied.
Face-off win for the Dragons. Hunter scores!
Well, that's the way you answer that. Hunter just took a wrister and just beat Coffey cleanly. And it's back up to a 1-goal lead.
An absolute bomb from Ryan Hunter.
How about that? I mean, this game has some interesting twists and turns, so to speak.
This has been a game on Friday the 13th if I've ever seen it.
Yes, it is.
So the 2 goals. Katola's goal comes at 5:41, his 7th of the year. Hunter's at 5:58, 17 seconds apart. Ryan Hunter now has 2 goals tonight, 24 and 25 on the season for the forward out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Hunter playing in his first game back from the South Carolina Stingrays, where he skated in 8 contests with the club from North Charleston. Hunter again!
Hey!
You bet! Hat trick! Ryan Hunter!
How about that? A hat trick for Hunter and a 2-goal lead for Columbus, and now a little bit of this and that.
Some fisticuffs. Joel Texmo, 1 shot to Heath Ford.
Boy, I'll tell you, is he going for a rough? He must be. He's going in for a rough. I hope it isn't just. I mean, I've seen it before where they've called a 5 on a punch, but it should be just a rough. Little hurt feelings out there on the ice, I guess.
It's the speedy defenseman
Yes.
in Thornton. He scores!
Boy, I'll tell you, that right there It was a slow-moving play coming out of the zone and then just caught fire at the red line, and from there on in, Thornton came in, and he used the defenseman for a screen and beat Coffey cleanly.
Don Carter Jr., left point, roughed up by Jemayev, still gets the puck to the spot. Chirac, one-timer, they score, it's Cox. The native of Columbus, Georgia, beats Roy through the wickets.
Old Jake put the puck in the net.
Moore, Jemayev, scores!
There it is. Hammer time. Alex put it in the empty net, and as they say, that will be that. Tomorrow night should be pretty interesting.
Should be a great game tomorrow night. 13 combined goals tonight. And seemingly the final to Alexander Jemayev.
Didn't think termites were up this early.
They really don't go to sleep. But now that it's warming up, termites really start moving.
But I'm good, right?
Oh yeah, you're good. Don't worry about pests this spring. Call Cooks, and you'll already be a step ahead of them.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cooks Pest Control.
We've got a dragon down on the ice.
Coach, 9 straight wins last night, taking down...
Come on. Just another game. Just another win.
a terrific performance last night
Better.
For your club against the Baton Rouge Zydeco. What did you see?
You know what? I'll give Baton Rouge is tough to play against. You know, they come in and they you know, they beat Monroe last weekend.
Yeah.
They come in, they compete. I mean, it was a good game all throughout. They never stopped. They never stopped coming back. You know, get out to a 2-0 start and let them come back, and you know, kind of more of the same a little bit. We're so dynamic, and we push at all times. And again, just got to find that right time. We don't have to push all the time to score. A little, you know, on some of our rushes. Let's just be clean. You know, we don't have to score on every one. Let's just make sure we get it in, and it's those turnovers, you know, blue lines, top of the circles that creates for the opposing team and give them opportunities.
You mentioned that Baton Rouge was quite resilient all night. How do you think your team responded, though, again, locking down the game in the third period and winning by 3 goals?
Well, obviously we got the firepower, but I don't want to rely on that firepower all the time. I want to play the right way and lock it down for Roisey and Babs, whoever's in net, and this and that, and you know, give them the, you know, the respect that they deserve, kind of thing, and not rely on them so much. And you know what, they've more times than not, they've stood tall for us. And you know, some of the games previously when we were not playing as well, we've kind of let them hang out to dry. So just kind of you know, play for them a little bit. So but you know, the guys can score. You know, Barrow's unbelievable. You know, Hunsey comes back in the lineup. You know, probably expecting to play with other people than what he is playing with, and he gets a hat trick, and I'm like, maybe the old man knows what he's talking about. Just, bear with me and see what goes on. And I thought Hansi played pretty well last night as well.
Tyler Roy in net. Mike and I were talking on the call about a few moments in which he came up with some massive saves to, again, keep the ice tilted in your favor. Talk about his performance not only last night but in recent games, because he now has 16 wins in between the pipes for you when he gets a start.
Well, it helps when your partner's already suspended, right?
Great answer. A+ answer right there.
No, Royzy's been good for the most part. Like, I know last night he'd like to have that, which one?
Second
one? Third one?
I think one from the corner there.
Whichever one, the guy come down the wall and shoots off the wing. He was a little off his center angle type thing or whatever. He'd like to have that one back, but no, again, Baton Rouge off a rush, they got guys can dangle and put the puck through and make some plays, and Royzy made 2-3 great A's on rushes and some backdoor plays. So we got to eliminate a little bit of that risk that we give, on the rushes, and we got to defend a little bit better on those, and we have, for the most part, we've had numbers back as far as, it's a 3-on-2 with a guy coming back. It's really a 3-on-3, and just pressure at the wrong times and picking up the wrong person. So did some video this morning and kind of identified what the problem is. Let's see if we can fix it out on the ice.
Chewetin Blacksmith makes his return to the lineup last night. What did you see out of his game?
Yeah, Chewy's got some hop in his step. He's got the fresh legs type thing. So I thought he was really good last night as well. He just brings, some speed, size, skill. Positionally he's in the spot more times than not, and he's able to make those plays. And again, this morning we did video. I'm like, guys, again, let's figure out that right time to attack, and it's not all the time. And Chewy likes to go. He likes to hop around people and play a little flashy. He likes to get that hair going in the wind kind of thing. No, he played well last night with Jammer and Morsey.
Lucas Texmo took a shot off of the hand last night. I'm just curious, you have an update on him? Is he okay?
Long way from the heart. Yep, he's good.
Okay, awesome. Obviously, an embarrassment of riches now. You have a ton of players playing well. Skate Scaldi does not play last night. I'm curious, are you not changing anything up? Is anybody coming out?
Lineup. I think Skate's going to probably take warm-up today and just make sure that I don't think anybody's really banged up. Chewy might need a rest type thing, so I think he's going to go for warm-up and be game-type decision. But again, it's getting that time of the year where we went through the injuries, we went through some of the call-ups type thing, and now we got the barn is all full with the horses, and not to talk about putting out anybody to pasture, but there's some tough decisions that are going to have to be made coming down the stretch.
Coach, now that this team is very close to full strength, what is the identity of this group when they are at their best in your eyes?
Yeah, you know what? I think we can play with everybody. I think we can play, all styles. Obviously, last night there wasn't a scrap. I don't think we were very physical. I think I'd like to dictate a little bit more physicality against these guys. I know PD, we're going to have that. Athens, we're going to have to lay the body, kind of slow some people down. So I'd like to activate a little bit more physicality in the game type thing. So I don't know. Don't really have, I say a heavy hitter or a big thug out there that is going to drop their gloves every time and all that stuff or whatever. And Skate would be that guy, but Skate's a middleweight as well type thing. Mm-hmm. He's a gamer, and that's kind of what his game's all about. So I don't know. It's I'd like to think we can play physical, and the scrapping and all that stuff is nice, entertaining, but not necessary all the time.
Speaking of scrapping, Babs back in net tonight after his suspension?
Yeah, he got freed. Apparently they bought enough T-shirts off last night and raised the ransom, and he's free. So Babs will be in tonight, yes.
It worked. Gotta love it. Coach, it's now time for your fun question and your final one of the interview. What's the best dynamic duo you've ever seen?
Oh, boy. So we're talking hockey or just in general?
I'm going to say in general, but if you can keep
Batman
it...
and Robin.
All right. How about hockey?
Yeah. Oh, now you want hockey.
No. I just thought there was gonna be some more thinking. You just spit it out so fast.
Batman and Robin. I mean, that's it. I don't think it gets any better than that.
It doesn't.
Back then, Wayne Gretzky and Yuri Curry, I would like to think are pretty dynamic. Recent years, J-Mac, Ryan Hunter, and Kyle Moore is probably the three amigos, not the duo dynamic, but they were pretty nice to watch as well.
I'm going to echo your sentiments and put a terrific trio out there. I'm going to go Cody Wickline, Alex Storjahan, and Tyler Barrow.
You're brown-nosing those guys now, just because they're playing this year and you have to watch them. No, they're pretty dynamic.
One last question for you before we end the interview.
Yeah.
Mike Vee joined me in the booth for the first time last night. Just any words about him and
my old
presence?
My old roommate. Vee's been around a long time, the game and sports in general, and he's definitely got the gift of the gab, and he's got some tremendous stories. And I listened to the game last night, and I thought you guys, it was a good broadcast. So I'm glad he's helping you out.
Coach, thank you for your time and good luck tonight.
You bet. Thank you.
Welcome back to the River Dragons Broadcast Network. It's Liam G and Mike Vee. The puck will drop in not too long from the Dragons' lair. But before we get you there, here are the starting lines for your River Dragons tonight. Not many changes. That first line of Tyler Barrow, number 8, who has 8 goals, by the way, in his last 3 games played. He's right there on the left side on line number 1. In the middle is Alex Storjahan, and on the right is Cody Wickline. That 3-man unit has been on fire since being put together. Joette Blacksmith, Alexander Jemayeff, and Kyle Moore is the second line. Ryan Hunter, he's on the left alongside Ryan Galvin and Matthew Horn. Joel Texmo is the lone extra forward. On defense, Brody Thornton and Justin Samaro, Lucas Texmo, and your captain, Kirk Underwood. Scott Doherty, the fan favorite, number 13, paired up with Josh Colton. In goal, making his return to the crease after a 1-game suspension, it's Trevor Babin, number 72, backed up by Tyler Roy. With that, back to ice level. Here on the starting lineup, is the starting lineup, I should say, for your River Dragons. Let's rock and roll! Hockey on the Chattahoochee River on Valentine's Day comes your way right now.
Little Jimi Hendrix out there tonight to start it up. How about that?
Right on. That rocked. Simply put, we have our ceremonial puck drop. Liam G and Mike V here with you inside of the broadcast booth. The River Dragons and the Zydeco complete their back-to-back set this evening. The River Dragons in this first period, which is always presented by our friends over at Chick-fil-A in Midland, will skate from left to right. Columbus wearing their specialty Valentine's Day jerseys. They're pink, and they have a little bit of a darker shade of pink along the sides and on the back. While the Zydeco wearing their white uniforms as they did last night, they'll skate from right to left. Columbus opens up with Lucas Texmo and Kirk Underwood on defense. Up front, it's the line of Kyle Moore, number 15, Jewett Blacksmith, number 46, and Alexander Jemayev, number 71. While in goal, it's the Dark Knight, number 72, Trevor Babin.
Well, here we go. On a Valentine's Day night, no better night to spread the love to the River Dragon side of the ice.
And it's the man from the city of brotherly love, Trevor Babin, who gets the start in the goal crease. The faceoff is won by Baton Rouge. We are underway. This is Liam Gotimer officially saying, for the first time, it's go time on tonight's game. As Nick Catola center point. He was certainly active yesterday evening. He scored in the third period to tie the game, Mike, before Columbus were able to break the game open. There's a heavy hit onto Don Carter Jr. in the far side corner. The Zydeco will get it only as far as center ice, and Jemayev will punch it in before going off for a line change.
Starting things off with a bang, so to speak.
As we did last night, but in a little bit of a different way. Of course, the River Dragons shorthanded to begin last night's game due to a delay of game during warm-ups. Not the case tonight. We're at even strength. Here's Eleanor Madiarov. He looks across the ice. No tip to be had. A howitzer from the outside does not get through to Babin's net. In goal for Baton Rouge, that's number 35, Ed Coffey's back. In between the pipes, back-to-back nights. So Wickline, he lifts the stick of Garrett Johnson, slides down to the sheet, connects with the end boards. And Madiarov will filter it out to the center ice red line. Here's Alexanian, a toe drag around Doherty. But the chance died in the far side corner. Heath Ford collects it though, center point. Misses the net from behind the net. This is Morissette. His feed goes awry. Now Storjahan with his head up will find the tape of Barrow, who will cycle it around the boards.
Just wondering, last night, did Baton Rouge arrive here right straight from Baton Rouge to start the game?
They did.
Bus legs last night, first period. Because they are a different team tonight. They got the hotel legs on tonight.
I like that, the hotel legs. It's a good way to put it. Columbus enters tonight's game 21-11-3-2-1. They have 72 points. They are 9 points behind the second place Monroe Moccasins, who, despite being up 2-0 in the third period last night, lost 4-2 on home ice to the Athens Rock Lobsters. While Baton Rouge, conversely, 8-21-6-0-0. They have 30 points, and they are 6th in the Continental. We're 2.5 minutes into the hockey game. On the ice for Columbus, Justin Somero, number 23 on defense with Brody Thornton. Up front, it's Ryan Hunter, number 88. He's the fire starter of the night, a natural hat trick yesterday evening. And Ryan Hunter, Mike, does not need a lot of time with the puck on his stick to make something happen. He goes across for Matthew Horn here, but just out of his reach.
Yeah, Hunter busting around looking for the puck right now.
Horn surrounded by 4 members of the Zydeco. The puck bleeds to Don Carter Jr., who wears number 23. On the backhand, he'll toss it right next to the Zydeco bench. The puck comes back to him. He'll go back for Catola. Now Catola will start it up with his hotel legs. Flubbed the pass, but he had support. A shot comes in from outside of the blue line, and Trevor Babin made a glove save.
Smart play there. Tie it up, nothing happening. No need to press things early. But as you see the difference between last night and tonight, even though they started off with a power play, they skated kind of in sand a little bit.
Yep.
Tonight they come out, and I'm sure old Chad next got the boys going in the locker room tonight, getting them set up for this one, saying, boys, come on.
The face-off to the stick side of Babin, won by the River Dragons. Kyle Moore, who had a goal and an assist last night. He'll be patient at the blue line, allow Kirk Underwood on defense to activate a nifty between-the-legs pass from the captain to the right point, where Moore will let it fly through traffic. It's blocked off. Jemayev scoops it up, though, right at the center ice red line, or excuse me, at the blue line. Blacksmith on the hunt. The puck goes past him. Garrett Johnson takes a hit from Jemayev. The puck freed up as a result, but getting to the puck at just the right time was the pest of the game, Tyler Larwood. The pass from Keller will speed Larwood right in, and Babin comes all the way out, gets a piece with his blocker and his glove.
He lost his stick.
Now Blacksmith against Ford. Blacksmith has Moore join him. Looks one way, passes the other. Kyle Moore takes a lap around the net. Storjahan shoots.
Oh, wow.
Coffey made the save and gets the cover.
Man, that's very dangerous play on the other side as Babin went down, and then he lost the puck when he hit the ice, lost his stick. Fortunately enough, River Dragons able to get the puck out of the zone and get him enough time to get his stick back. It actually took him probably a good 10 seconds to get the stick back in his grip.
It's a good thing that the River Dragons were able to transition into offense as soon as they did.
After this next draw, I got a coffee thing for you.
Okay.
I can't even believe I didn't think about it last night.
Well, I'm sure myself and all the fans will love to hear it. Ed back in the net. Number 35 in white. Stands tall at 6'6". Probably wants a chance at redemption last night after his team didn't play too bad in front of him.
I guess we're not calling hooking tonight. That's a good thing for the River Dragons there.
Alexania now through the middle. Doherty, all 6'5" of them. Tyler Barrow will lead a 3-on-2. Through the legs of Storjahan, onto the stick of Wickline. He's in a board battle with Matyarov, but is still able to get it deep successfully. Storjahan, the one-handed swipe. Matyarov, though, able to get to the puck first right outside of the blue line, and now he and Morissette will skate right in. We are exactly 5 minutes into the hockey game. 5 combined shots on goal, 3 for the Zydeco, 2 for the River Dragons. Columbus, of course, riding a 9-game winning streak. The most games Columbus have won this season without a loss. Ryan Hunter now back out there with Ryan Galvin and Joel Texmo, the extra forward, joining this line. Coffey lets out a juicy rebound, as he did quite a bit last night. This will be a breakaway, though, for Dmitry Kuznetsov. And a backhander hits the glass. He was at a little bit of an off angle there.
And fortunately, the puck went on edge.
So a combination of things. Forcing the Zydeco to miss the River Dragon cage. Puck on edge on Dmitry Kuznetsov, and he didn't have the best angle either. Samaro at the half boards. Hunter cannot collect, so Katola will wheel past him. Chirac knocks the puck down at the red line. And Samaro safely D-to-D for Thornton, and now Galvin, the forward out of Atlanta, Georgia. Hunter in the slot. Denied by Coffey's right leg. Kuznetsov, he's been out there for a while. He takes a heavy hit from Joel Texmo. Kuznetsov still on the same shift to where he tested Babin on the breakaway but missed the net. He and the remainder of his teammates head off 6.5 minutes in. And Mike, we saw a seesaw battle last night due to the goals. So far in this first period, a little bit of a different story, a little bit of a feeling out process, it seems.
Yeah, a little bit better of a start for Baton Rouge.
As Kyle Moore, he gets physical behind the net, but gets bumped into the glass. He readjusts his gear as Hansen in over the line. Keller was offside. We are 6 minutes and 54 seconds into the first period. That was an opponent offside, by the way, which is brought to you by our friends at Old School Barbershop. By the way, do you need a little bit off your sides? Well, if you do, appointments are required. You can book online on Instagram or Facebook or by visiting www.oldschoolbarbershop.com. Shop spelled S-H-O-P-P-E. We will be back in 60.
The Columbus River Dragons are back inside of the Lair on Friday, February 20th, and Saturday, February 21st, as the club takes on their newest rival, the PD Ice Cats. The puck drops at 7:35 p.m. on Friday for Health and Wellness Night. Then, on Saturday, we are honoring those who served with our Military Appreciation Night, with the game set to begin at 7:05 p.m. Get your tickets at the Columbus Civic Center box office or by visiting ourdragons.com.
All right, here's the game plan. Tickets, food, drinks.
You forgot popcorn.
Popcorn, please. I'm talking about the family 4-pack.
That's a new play?
Even better. 4 tickets to a River Dragons game, 4 Chick-fil-A entrees, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 popcorns, all for just $40. Boom!
Did somebody say boom?
Coach, can families run that play too?
Only if they act fast. Clock's ticking.
The family 4-pack, 4 tickets, $40. We'll see you at the rink. Let's go, Dragons.
And offside prior to the commercial break. The faceoff comes outside of the River Dragon blue line. Jemaeth Moore and Blacksmith out there with Underwood and Lucas Texmo. It's good to see Lucas Texmo out there to begin tonight's game. Of course, he took the shot off of the hand in the latter part of last night's contest. I asked head coach Bichard about that. He said he's just fine.
Now you worry about the swelling thing after the game. And
Jemaeth sees the puck roll off his stick. Sweet setup there from Joette and Blacksmith. And the River Dragons slowly but surely forming lines to which there is immense chemistry on each and every one of them. I touch on Cody Wickline, Tyler Barrow, and Alex Storjahan. But how about Joette and Blacksmith, Kyle Moore, and Alexander Jemaeth? Moore standing at 6'0", 212 pounds. Blacksmith 6'2", Jemaeth 6'2" as well. Those are 3 big boys.
that's a big line, and Jemaeth had a chance. He could only get a one-handed shot in on there, and it was an easy roll, real quick. Coffee.
Yes. What do
we
we
were
got?
thinking about coffee puns. I thought about this. The name of the cup when we were in the championship, this SPHL, the Coffee Cup.
The Coffee Cup.
Named after Ed Coffee.
Of course. Behind the net, Barrow.
What a
Coffee
chance.
closes the pads. That's a great A right there.
What a chance there.
But again, there's another example of that line. It seems like they know where each other are going to go on the ice. And Barrow parked himself right in front, and Coffee didn't close the pads in the nick of time. That's a goal.
They're all skilled. They all skate, and they keep moving their skates, so they're constantly in different positions. But because they're familiar with each other, able to know where they're at, like a quarterback and a receiver.
Absolutely. As taking a stick up high is Heath Ford. He holds his glove to his mouth, but neither referee gives him the benefit of the doubt. As Babin makes a save, the rebound comes out for Lucas Texmo. This is a 4-on-3. Barrow, back pass, Storjahan, Wickline, shoots, misses high glove.
Wow, he had the short side too.
Storjahan will filter a bouncer to the defense of the Zydeco. Storjahan tries to keep it onside. Not sure if it was. It will not matter. Alexanian, a 2-on-2. He's got a man on behind, but Underwood breaks that up immediately. How about that play from the captain?
Yeah, and taking it from that talented stick handling.
Storjahan sweeps it to the net. Was Wickline. You want to see poetry in motion? Watch Tyler Barrow, Cody Wickline, and Alex Storjahan. More numbers for Columbus. Doherty, Storjahan, Doherty! And Coffee bodies it down.
Nice shot in too, but unfortunately right in the chest of Coffee. And he's able to make the stop. No rebound either. Big body out in front of there looking for that juicy rebound, but Coffee would have none of it. Get the face-off on the near side.
Scott Doherty playing in his 4th game back with the River Dragons after coming back from the ECHL South Carolina Stingrays. 5 points, a goal and 4 assists, and he got started right away
3 games
in
out
Biloxi against the Breakers. On the chase after the puck is Dmitry Kuznetsov, the forward out of Russia. But Josh Colton, number 5 on the back end, is able to get it out to center. Matthew Horn will back it up, create some more time and space. Into a vacated spot the puck goes, but it does have enough legs on it to confirm an icing against the River Dragons. 9-10 in.
Period started up a little bit faster now, kind of in a little bit of a low, back and forth. Couple of chances for Columbus. One thing that Baton Rouge has, though, is they've got those talented guys that can just walk through, and it's all individual effort. It's not passing right now. The quality attempts have all been pretty much so from individual, making great moves and stick handling the puck well.
The Zydeco showed their prowess offensively last night. They put up 5 goals, nearly put one on the board there, but Babin had the angle covered. Right point, Garrett Johnson, who wears number 5 on defense. Scott Chirac. That into the catching glove of a sliding Trevor Babin.
Unlike last night, a little more shots. The shots are more even. It's 8-6 right now. Baton Rouge is putting the puck on Babin. And I'm sure they're saying, hey, got a new guy in there. He's off with suspension. Let's test him. Let's get a bunch of shots on him early.
Certainly.
Not a bad idea.
And even though they lost last night, the Zydeco playing their best hockey of the year. A couple of big wins as Babin uses his head on that save.
Boy, Hunter isn't afraid to use the body, is he?
He's not. And again, you look to see certain adjustments, right, from players after they had a couple of leagues up, like Hunter and Doherty did in the ECHL. You can really see the development out of both of those players.
Yeah, it's like going to a clinic in a way.
Yeah. And Doherty not necessarily playing a familiar position. Of course, Doherty normally a forward. He played some defense last year, as head coach Jerome Bichard mentioned, but he looks cool, calm, and collected back there. And Doherty joins Justin Samaro and another River Dragon that is a forward playing on defense. As Moore into some traffic. How did he get that puck through to Jemayev? As a tip from Blacksmith and Coffey. He's been able to close up shop all night.
Man, I'll tell you what, that was very, very close to for a deflection right out in front. Man, oh man.
Not too far away from 1-0. 9:43 to go in the first. We're still searching for our first goal, though. We'll be right back.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
Oh, my cheese. The new OM Cheeseburger from Applebee's. We took our juicy all-beef patty, melty American cheese, crispy applewood smoked bacon, spicy honey mustard, and fries, and put it on a sizzling skillet of cheese. So push the cheese, pull the cheese, love the cheese. Too much cheese? Never. Applebee's new OM Cheeseburger for $11.99, also on our 2 for $25 menu.
OM Cheese, we're back on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Did you see that burger from our friends over at Applebee's on that previous commercial? That looks good, doesn't it?
That's the one you dunk it right in there. I mean,
it's cheese on top of cheese.
That's a heart attack in a plate.
Heart attack in a good way. As Brody Thornton collects off of the face-off. Kyle Moore to the net. Whistles right by Coffee. Man, now I'm hungry. We'll visit our friends over at Applebee's.
That's on the 2 to 25 menu.
Applebee's full of deals as Narek Alexanian. He'll slide past one, surrenders possession of the puck. Now Kyle Moore reaches for it, and he'll skate out alongside Joette and Blacksmith. Blacksmith powers his way to the goal. Alexanian cleans it up, and on the backhand, he will get it past his own blue line, but coming right back in will be Thornton, who scored a goal last night.
Yeah. A nice goal, too.
Yeah, it was a beauty. It's easy to forget with Brody Thornton because he's playing on defense. He's one of the fastest players, if not the fastest player, on the River Dragons. And he can be a creator of instant offense. Alexanian. Thornton gets his skating away there. Storjahan, a hound after the puck, blowing a tire, a member of the Zydeco, but the recovery made by Don Carter Jr. despite sitting on the seat of his pants, Mike.
Man,
Storjahan was ready.
They need to lower the blue line. Guys are tripping over it.
Storjahan was ready to pounce on it. But Don Carter Jr., despite being down, made the play. Tyler Barrow with a step. That spells danger for the opposition. Coffey sends it to the side. In that moment, the puck takes a loud bounce off of the back glass.
Uh-oh.
Cox will pull it back. No match, though, for the stick of Lucas Texmo. He's behind the net. Loses the puck, though, to Cox. Cox's pass right into the grasp of Tyler Barrow. A step around one. Tyler Barrow with his head up. He looks east, shoots to the net, and it's blocked. There's an icing on the opponent. Hey, shout out to our friends over at Air Force Heating, Air, and Plumbing.
Well, it goes all the way down for the icing, and Jake Cox, who's a Columbus guy, born here in Columbus, played for the Junior Cottonmouths, and guy that you normally don't look at a program and, see Columbus, Georgia. You're going to raise your hand. Pro player from here.
Yep.
Was with the River Dragons and then
Former River Dragon.
Ended up in Baton Rouge, and I understand he's very, very happy there.
He's most certainly been impactful for them.
Big community guy down there, too.
Ryan Hunter to the left point. Lucas Texmo, Kirk Underwood. He'll drift and fire. Misses the net. Cox on the ice right now. He presses his man to the corner boards. That was Ryan Galvin. Cox, of course, as Mike mentioned, played 13 games here in Columbus. 4 goals, 1 assist for 5 points during the 2022-23 year. As there's a stop.
Carter just puts the shoulder to Texmo, and Texmo didn't like it one bit. Carter gave the old, as he's skating away, the old chirp over the shoulder. You want some more? Come on over here. I'll show you.
And Joel Texmo, in recent games, Mike, he's not been afraid to get himself involved. He's been physical. He's had conviction behind that physical nature that he's brought to his game. He even stepped up to AJ Schlepp on a couple of occasions for Biloxi. A quick note on Schlepp, 6'8".
A step up, I guess so. You need a ladder.
Might need 2. It's a shame tonight's not Friday the 13th. That would have been a good one.
That's over.
Saturday the 14th. Backhander, Larwood, the pest of the game. Babin.
That whistle was blown before the drop.
Watches that puck connect with his crest.
I don't know, one way or the other, those whistles like that, you're kind of like 6 and 1, half dozen of the other. You don't want the referee to be like, wait a long time because things happen, especially in your zone. But sometimes you like the little drop, a little time to be able to, shovel it off and keep the play moving.
A fortuitous whistle there for the River Dragons. This is Curtis Hansen, number 15. The dish. Off of the give-and-go attempt, Larwood was looking to the front of the net. That was Matt Bazarin, number 12, who has now gotten his first shift of the night. Bazarin, 6'5", 235 pounds. He is the tough customer for Baton Rouge. Although when he was here last month, he didn't really get himself involved.
Sometimes the best thing to do is to leave the Giants alone.
Stay quiet, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Speaking of a Giant, well, here's Scott Doherty.
Right there.
A shove onto Ethan Matcham. Bazarin heads off for a change. Forecheck from Galvin, but the puck moved over successfully to the far side of the ice. Whipped rink wide in the neutral zone. Tapped back from Morissette to Johnson. And now Johnson will skate right in from the blue line. Morissette, skate to stick. One-timer. Keller, who had 2 goals last night. Babin answers the call with his left pad. Ford could not handle. Moore pokes it out to center. And ringing it around the boards will be Chris Siolik. 5 minutes, 15 seconds left to play here in the first period, which as always is brought to you by Chick-fil-A over in Midland. This is a reminder that the next family 4-pack date will be March 7th. Zydeco with the puck in the offensive zone. Morissette, left flank, turns it over. Moore with Blacksmith. Moore's pass for a breaking Blacksmith, deflected off of the skate of a member of the Zydeco. Heath Ford, beautiful pass. Keller with a ton of open space. Misses the net to the blocker side of Babin. Far corner to the front. The swipe from Keller does not get through to the goal. So the Zydeco will have to settle for a slapper from the center ice red line. Babin stops it down and keeps the play moving. Moore, a good first pass. Will that turn into some transition offense for the River Dragons? Jemayev goes down to his knees. Save made by Coffey. The puck's still loose. Thornton behind the net. Wickline there too, as is Barrow. Storjahan watches the puck get airlifted right by him. Samaro will smack it right off of the high glass. Don Carter Jr., though, will relay it the other direction. Storjahan in the neutral zone, right next to the Zydeco bench, winding up and slapping it in right at the end of his shift is Brody Thornton. Samaro heads off, Thornton stays on. One half of that pair still on the ice. Kirk Underwood, the other defenseman. Underwood waiting on the right side of the ice. Thornton sent it down to the goal line. Here's a pass out in front from back beneath the goal line. Does not get through. Is closed off by everybody. Going skate to stick is Underwood. He'll have to pinch up now. A deflection from Barrow out of midair. Just went wide. Storjahan again. Underwood right off of the bench after making the change with Brody Thornton is Lucas Texmo. Wickline to the forehand. Lucas Texmo to the net. Scooped in the crease by Ed Coffey.
Well, you got shots coming in from everywhere on this center ice shots, shots from the slot, shots from the corners. Both goaltenders standing strong right now, 14-10 on the shot, so a lot different than last night. Nothing in the net, so to speak, on a especially Jersey night. It's a great theme, by the way, and I like the logo with the heart in the.
Do you? You really like the branding?
I do. I like that. That's pretty cool, especially if you win the game. You put underneath it, just rip the heart right out of it.
And what a perfect segue, because this is a reminder that the Valentine's Day jerseys are currently live on Dash for auction.
How about that?
Let's see if we can get those up on the screen. There they are.
Look at
That's
that.
Kirk Underwood's jersey.
How about that?
Scan that QR code on the screen, and the pink Valentine's Day themed sweaters for your River Dragons tonight, well, they could be yours. What's your favorite number, Mike? Curious, like if you were to get one, what would you get?
I would go number 4.
Number 4?
I'm a Bobby Orr guy. I
Okay.
grew up with Orrs, but and when I was a kid, I mean, and if we played street hockey, I put 4 on the T-shirt. You know what I mean?
So you'd bid on Alex Storjahan then, is what you're telling
I would.
me. All right, right on. My favorite number, for no particular reason, is number 8. And hey, there he is.
Looky there.
The forward out of Massapequa, New York, Tyler Barrow. Just CJ Stubbs stands between Tyler Barrow and the league lead in points.
Wow, 8 goals in 3 games.
2 straight games with a hat trick preceding last night's 8-5 win yesterday evening. Just 2 goals for Tyler. There's a River Dragon that goes down in a heap.
Texmo.
That was Lucas Texmo, number 6. Storjahan, a quick tap. The River Dragons are onside.
How about
He
that?
takes a cross check to the back from Garrett Johnson,
No
goes head
call
first
either.
into the boards. No call. Now a breakaway for Madyarov. Good thing the puck doesn't lie, Mike.
Good thing he didn't call the slash either.
No slash, no board. No problem for the River Dragons. Still 0-0.
I've seen at least two or 3 times this could have been penalties that they have not blown anything.
And that was a clear-cut missed offside on the River Dragons. Barrow couldn't knock it out of midair. He'll set up a teammate anyway. Storjahan whiffs. I bet Chad Bailey, if the River Dragons score on this sequence, Chad Bailey is going to be calling for a challenge for an offside.
Oh, yeah.
It will not happen, but Just crazy to see 2 penalties missed, and then in the same moment, an offside too. We'll see if things start to get a little bit chippy. The puck gloved down by Doherty. The big body on the back end, as Mike was talking about early on in the frame. Coffee, a glove save.
You know, when you think about the referees not calling it, or not calling any penalties, that's when guys start thinking, you know, get away with this, get away with that. Before you know it, things start getting real chippy out there. So, you know, referee has to, look, at least the standard is he's not calling any of them.
It's a hard job. It's a very difficult job. But as we talked about last night, you set the standard very early in the game. And right now, the standard's been set that you may not have a lot called tonight. Alexanian 2-on-1 with Morissette. Number 71 in white goes across the ice, and Babin! The desperation dive!
And I'll tell you what, going down was Doherty to take the, at least take the outlet, the pass away on the other side, so it allowed his goaltender to realize, hey, I can come over. But well, I'll tell you what, Babin, that's a fantastic stop there. And Baton Rouge should be up 1-0 right now, and thank goodness they're not.
Mike, a couple of times last night, we talked about Tyler Roy and how he made saves in massive moments. Trevor Babin doing the same thing in his return from his suspension. In the description for the suspension, by the way, from the league, they said that Babin was a causer of mayhem. Love that.
I saw it. I finally saw the clip.
What were your thoughts? Well,
I believe it was mayhem.
Hey, you believe it was mayhem?
I'm just saying.
Well described. Okay. Well, we had shirts sold inside of the building with the hashtag Free Babin and Mayhem and the River Dragons logo on the front. They sold out immediately, if you're wondering. Left point Doherty with exactly 60 ticks left to play here in the first. Ryan Hunter has a man draped over his back.
Uh-oh.
Surrenders the biscuit to Morissette. How about the patience from Morissette? He dishes it across. Cox shoots. And Babin's right pad is able to toss that puck to the side of the net.
Yeah.
Babin makes a glove grab. Ryan Hunter now with a word for Jake Cox.
Well, unfortunately for Cox, he couldn't get the backhand getting any mustard on that. It was kind of just a floater in on Babin, able to make the easy stop there, and it's a 2-on-1. That's the second 2-on-1 we've had in the last couple of minutes here. Can't be giving those up, although that, again, was a deflection that kind of works it in the favor of Baton Rouge. But
if you watch the broadcast during Coach's Corner during the pregame tonight, Head Coach Bichard spoke about that and limiting the amount of odd man rushes for the opposition. Describes the River Dragons as a go, go, go type team.
Yep.
That'll produce you a lot of offense, but that'll also allow the opposition to grab themselves some chances too at the net. The drag move from Moore. He does not have the puck anymore.
That might be delayed, no?
It's tossed up over the glass and into the scorer's table, I believe.
That was in his zone.
Oh, that did not go to the scorer's table.
Oh, he's saying it's deflected. Okay, because it was in his zone. I didn't see if it was deflected. I didn't know if it was deflected or not, but when it butterflied out, I was like, whoa. With 15 seconds left in the period.
Made you second guess there for a moment.
Yes, sir.
16 seconds remains in the first period. Thank you so much to everybody on the River Dragons broadcast network, watching on YouTube Live, for joining us this evening. Justin Samaro up with the face-off win. Moore from the top. Blocker save, rebound. Misses the net. A backhanded try from Jemayev. Did not squirm free from Coffee. He's got it.
So the good news is you got 6 seconds left, and the good news is it's in the opposing zone. And even better news, it probably won't be that enough time for them to go down and score a goal, so you can kind of work on a play that you have, like that little thing you work on in practice to see if you can win a draw, a very important draw to win and get a shot off.
I have a question for you
And crash.
after the period comes to an end about just that. Curious to hear your perspective. Zmayev wins the face-off and Moore, it's a false start. All right, I'll ask you now that I have a second. What's the amount of time on the clock that it needs to be for you to pull your goaltender at the end of a period for an extra attacker?
What is the...
So you get an extra attacker with 2 seconds left to go in the period? I'll ask you after, so it makes a little bit more sense. Zmayev, the face-off, 3 seconds to go in the period. Moore to the net. Coffee the save, rebound. We have a buzzer beater on our hands, and Coffee lays right on his back.
See, crash the net. That's the nicest thing about having not enough time for them to get down and without an open net. Now, if you got an open net, different story, obviously. But in the situation that in that sense, win that draw, take that shot, crash the net, and hey, as long as that green light don't go on,
every single player to the house.
You got it. Yep.
And the River Dragons nearly made something happen there, but we do remain at a scoreless tie after 20 minutes. I'll ask you my question when we come back.
All right.
From the commercial break, when Liam G and Mike Vee break down the hockey game up to this point, right here on YouTube Live and Sportfeed.
The difference with Beam isn't just speed, it's service that you can count on. And when you call, you'll reach real people who live right here. And when you connect, you'll feel the reliability that makes Beam stand out. And whether it's working from home, streaming your favorites, or keeping up with everyday life, Beam keeps it all running smoothly. And right now, get our 1 gig plan for just $60 a month for your first 3 months. Fast, dependable, and local. Beam Broadband, connection you can count on.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
Back here inside of the broadcast booth, Liam Gotimer here with you. Alongside me is Mike Vee. And Mike, I was planning to ask you a question prior to the first period coming to a close, and I promised that I'd ask you once we're back. So the River Dragons had an offensive zone faceoff with 6 seconds left in the first period. And my question for you was, what's the smallest amount of time on the clock that if you were the head coach, you would pull the goaltender in favor of the extra attacker? What's your answer?
I mean, in all honesty, if I was to think about it, 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Because and 2 seconds or less. I mean, 1.6 seconds, something like that is the only way I would even think about doing something like that. But would you not be the and I don't say goat as in the best of all time, the nanny goat in the yard. If for some reason the guy went with the draw, the center went with the draw, and the puck slides all the way down to an open net, and you lose those 2 points, and you miss the playoffs by 2 points, at the end of the year, that's a tough thing to explain to the owner. Remember the pull the goalie thing? Not really. I mean, that's a coyote move in the Roadrunner show.
It would be a tough sell for sure, but I wanted to make sure I got that out and asked you. Mike, on to tonight's game. We have a 0-0 tie after 13 combined goals last night. What's different tonight than from last night's first period?
Well, first of all, Baton Rouge, it looks like a better first period hockey team. And again, it makes sense now. The bus legs last night, slow start, got a power play, didn't even look like it phased. Actually, the River Dragons actually put more pressure on Coffee than they did on. But the situation tonight, I think, is that they had confidence. They know they can put the puck in the net. They did their thing, and tonight what they've done is they've kind of kept a little more pressure in the River Dragon zone. They're not skating. They're not skating in mud, so to speak. They got their feet underneath them. They're doing a little more hitting, and they're getting away. They're getting away with some calls, but so are the River Dragons. I'm not using that as an excuse, but they're playing a little physical out there, and of course that makes a difference. And it's a scoreless game right now, but both teams have had some opportunities.
How do you best manage a scoreless game after 20 minutes in which there's been no penalties called? How do you, if you're head coach Bichard, how do you get your group engaged in this type of low-scoring affair that the River Dragons really haven't seen?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't panic after one period. I mean, and it's not that the River Dragons have played bad hockey. I mean, they're playing decent hockey. They've given the one thing that they have, and it's going to come back and bite you sooner or later, is giving up odd man rushes and breakaways. But a lot of that has to do with a lot of the plays are the defensemen are coming in trying to keep the puck inside of the River Dragon zone, and that a deflection, and that's been actually a lot of the 2-on-1s has been from deflections that tip out, and the player that deflects it, he's already moving that way. He's got to step on the defenseman trying to get back into the play, and it's leading on the 2-on-1. Doherty made some good plays, laying down, taking away the avenues, and particularly one was on Cox right towards the end of the period on a 2-on-1. Had a real good chance, and unfortunately for Baton Rouge, they didn't get it in. Fortunately for the River Dragons, they didn't either.
Let's talk about Scott Doherty for a moment and his ability to play on the back end at 6'5". I mentioned during the period that Doherty is a forward first and foremost, but he can play on the back end. He did so last season in quite a few games. What is the impact of having a player with so much size back there for a team that has championship aspirations?
I mean, first of all, he's a big guy and he skates well. Second of all, that's the wingspan. I mean, he's got that extra reach. I mean, if you're if you're 6 foot, chances are your arms are a little bit, some guys not necessarily. That doesn't make a difference for a lot of men. Some guys have longer arms, but more or less in general, taller guy, more of a wingspan, takes up more, able to block shots, and he can put the body. And plus, he's a strong guy. He's not a stick. He's a guy that's built well. He's 230.
Yep, 235.
I mean, he pinch you up against the boards. He takes 71 out of the play. 71 ain't getting back into it until Doherty's ready to let him up.
I love that. Astute analysis from you, Mike Vee. On to one more question before we head to our commercial break during the intermission. Trevor Babin, he was sensational in the crease. Tyler Roy was very good in the net. He bailed the River Dragons out in the first period last night. Trevor Babin, in a couple of moments, did the same.
Yeah, towards the end of the period again, a couple of big stops. And again, that's the thing that the River Dragons are riding on. They're giving up, they're not shutting teams out, so to speak. They're scoring a lot of goals. But the difference is they're getting very, very timely saves. I mean, on very critical situations, at critical points of the game. And, of course, Babin comes in off a suspension. I'm sure he's pumped up, ready to go. And looks like he didn't miss a beat at all. And he's out there. He's doing a great job, as well as Roy did last night.
And you know what? I mentioned that was my last question, but you mentioned Trevor Babin coming back from the suspension. I need to note this. I had Trevor Babin on the Chattahoochee with me earlier this week, and I had a chance to ask him about the quote-unquote mayhem per the Federal Prospects Hockey League. And he told me that he doesn't like that, the goaltender position has the stigma that you can't get involved and you can't defend your teammates. And he takes a lot of pride in being a good teammate. And when he sees somebody getting roughed up, and he wants to make sure that he's the one who answers the call.
Well, being that I saw the clip of the incident, so I mean, and look, he did something that he had to do in that situation.
Yep.
You got another player that's pounding on your guy. And I've seen it before. I've seen goaltenders come out,
Right.
where they'll, I mean, you live with these guys. You know what I mean? You're in the same apartment complex. You ride the same bus. You're with them longer than you would if you've got any relationship. You're with, the team. You need to have that kind of, you need that guy to be able to watch your back because he knows you'll watch his back. And that's a big deal in hockey. And as far as Coach Bouchard's concerned, like my father would have bought me some ice cream if I got into a fight in school and I was sticking up for somebody or doing something, in a way of doing that. I'm sure you got some ice cream from Coach on that one as well.
We are truly a family here at the River Dragons, and it does not stop with Trevor Babin. With that, let's take a commercial timeout, and when we come back, I will take you all on a drive around the FPHL. It's our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by our friends over at Zelmo Zippin. Plus, look at the standings around the league entering play tonight. Columbus creeping ever closer to that second spot in the Continental.
Hey, playing for an ultra?
We playing for ultras? Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line.
I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
It feels like just yesterday our healing mission began. Inspired by visionaries, answering a higher calling. For 75 years, we've cared for this community, body, mind, and spirit. From checkups to life-saving heart surgery, from welcoming new life to supporting mental health and healing. For 3 generations, we've stood by your side, and our story is just beginning. Inspired by purpose, we're shaping the heart of healthcare.
The difference with Beam isn't just speed, it's service that you can count on. And when you call, you'll reach real people who live right here. And when you connect, you'll feel the reliability that makes Beam stand out. Now, whether it's working from home, streaming your favorites, or keeping up with everyday life, Beam keeps it all running smoothly. And right now, get our 1 gig plan for just $60 a month for your first 3 months. Fast, dependable, and local. Beam Broadband, connection you can count on.
Let Shredaway, a division of the Overbee Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shredaway, a division of the Overbee Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shredaway, 706-577-9668.
We're back on the Chattahoochee River. My name is Liam Gotimer. It's now time to take you on your drive around the Federal Prospects Hockey League. It's the out-of-town scoreboard. What's going on around the league? We'll kick off our drive in Port Huron, the Prowlers and the Black Bears. The score, 0-0. That game in the first period. The Indiana Sentinels and the Danbury Hat-Tricks. The Hat-Tricks have a 1-0 lead in the first period over Indiana. The Twin City Thunderbirds and the PD Ice Cats. It was PD that skated away with the win last night on home ice. And tonight, they're back at home. A little bit of a tighter affair. It's 1-1 on Valentine's Day at the Florence Civic Center. Elsewhere around the league, after putting up 12 goals against the Watertown Wolves last night, the Blue Ridge Bobcats are down 1-0. And one final game to tell you all about. The puck has not dropped on it, and I'll bring Mike Vee back into the booth for this. It's the Athens Rock Lobsters and the Monroe Moccasins. Mike, I know we were keeping a sharp eye on that game all night last night. Get this, it was 2-0 Athens, 2-0 Monroe in the third period, 4 unanswered goals. Rock Lobsters win in regulation on the road.
That's not what you wanted to hear.
That's a statement though, isn't it?
I've watched them play, and they are a very, very good hockey team, well put together. And you know, they playing in Athens, they're extremely difficult to play there.
Certainly, Athens and Monroe going to be tough tests for the River Dragons as the regular season wraps up. With that, let's now take a look at the standings around the league. Here they are. The River Dragons actually have 72 points. That not updated. They are 7 points behind the Monroe. Actually, Athens won last night, so they have 82 points. They're right at the top, so you can actually ignore the graphic. Pardon me. But Athens is in first. Monroe is in second. The River Dragons in third. They have 72 points, does Columbus. PD with 45, Twin City with 43, and the Empire led by the Binghamton Black Bears. One last commercial timeout, then when we come back, the second period from the Civic Center.
The difference with Beam isn't just speed, it's service that you can count on. And when you call, you'll reach real people who live right here. And when you connect, you'll feel the reliability that makes Beam stand out. And whether it's working from home, streaming your favorites, or keeping up with everyday life, Beam keeps it all running smoothly. And right now, get our 1 gig plan for just $60 a month for your first 3 months. Fast, dependable, and local. Beam Broadband, connection you can count on.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
Welcome back to the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Today is Valentine's Day. The River Dragons are wearing beautiful uniforms on the ice, and you can scan the QR code on the screen with the specialty claw logo right in the middle for your chance at one of those sweaters from your favorite River Dragon.
You get to pick the number?
You can pick any player you'd like.
How about that?
And with that, let's now take a look at our turn back the clock jerseys. And Mike, talk about these.
How about those right there? That's a great logo. I remember when they changed the logo to that. That was those were the days, and that's some great number 26s that have played. Andy Powers, Brian Adowski. Boy, bring back memories to me.
The pre-sale is live now and ends February 8th. Turn back the clock night, March 28th, when the River Dragons take on. Excuse me. The puck is dropped. We are now underway, and Lucas Texmo will dump it around. Duet and Blacksmith. How about Coffee sliding out of his net there? The River Dragons open up with Lucas Texmo, Kirk Underwood, Alexander Jemayev, Duet and Blacksmith, and Kyle Moore. Blacksmith has a lane. Fell down to the ice. Blacksmith is active, though, in the offensive zone. Jemayev wins the puck away from his opposition at the backboards. Hansen on the backhand threw a couple of sticks. Nick Catola, number 16, will connect with Underwood, but Texmo will move it quickly away from Catola. And out of play, the puck goes right next to Chad Bailey.
What I like about Blacksmith, he's got a nose for the puck. Just following it like the cat follows the dot on the wall, the little laser light. That's Blacksmith. He's just all over that puck trying to get to it, causing little havoc inside the zone, making it tough for Baton Rouge to get anything started.
Blacksmith played 2 games with the River Dragons last year, had 3 points. That's all he played with Columbus. This season, he's playing in game number 28. 18 points already. This is his second game back after an injury. Kept him on the shelf for a little while. It's always great when you have a top-end player come back into the lineup, but to come back in with a ton of energy,
yeah,
you'll take that every day of the week and twice on Sunday, as that shot misses high over the glove of Trevor Babbitt. Tyler Barrow, number 8. Cross corner. Johnson coughs it up to Barrow, but the puck took a bounce off of his boot. Doherty at the line. His shot blocked by a pile of players. Colton on the backhand to the front. Barrow, Storjahan. That's closed off. Coffee goes down. Behind the net it goes. Coffee now back up to his skates. The Zydeco tired out a little bit in the defensive zone. The right line on the ice for the River Dragons. Storjahan, Barrow, and Wickline. Storjahan's pass, though.
Barrow just got
stung
sticked.
Barrow.
Was that the puck?
I believe that was the puck. I don't think Barrow was expecting the pass to go there necessarily. Wickline and Storjahan will go off for a line change. Barrow does as well. There's an icing on Baton Rouge.
Bring it back there.
How important?
I saw Barrow hold on, and I saw the player so close to him. I didn't know if he gave him a little, an extra little shove with a stick or whatever. It's a good time to win a draw right here and get a little thing going. Get the pace picked up a little bit to get this second period, get momentum swinging your way.
Who will score the game's first goal, and will it come here? Brody Thornton misses the stick of Horn. Horn had to wrestle with the linesman who was in his way.
Twice tonight.
At the red line, it's fired around. Coffee can't stop it with his paddle. The clearing attempt from Ford does get out. Aggressive at the top are the Zydeco. Cox, Madyarov, and Babin! Punched it right away.
That's a star stave right there. Big time.
Ciolik struggles with it. Here's Hunter. Ford got in the way. The pass from Horn goes nowhere.
Heck of a defensive play by Ford to take that away.
That for Madyarov, the third or fourth breakaway, Mike, that the Zydeco have had tonight. And just seems like no matter what move they put on Trevor Babin, whether they want to shoot, whether they want to deke, he's got it all covered.
And again, that play kind of just worked out on a deflection and a pass over. There they come, and the odd man rush beats the defenseman, comes in, and boy, did Babin make a save there. That's the save of the night so far. And he's made a couple before that you could call that, but that one none bigger.
The most recent chance for Baton Rouge, Ilnor Madyarov rushing forward. There's a glove save from Babin. He watches it straight into his mitt. I asked him about that too on Chatting on the Chattahoochee, and he said, yeah, well, that's just me being laser focused in there in the net.
But I was just about to say, he looks super focused. I mean, he is just following the puck. He's a goaltender. Boy, when they got them eyes just like laser beams on that puck, and tonight he looks like he's got both of them going.
Trevor Babin has brought his goals against average down to 2.97, his save percentage up to 910. He won his last start against PD a week ago on this sheet of ice, making 27 saves on 30 shots. Blacksmith with a full head of steam. In front, Coffey makes the save. I don't know how he got his pad over to that one, Mike.
Golly.
Meanwhile, Tyler Larwood misses a breakaway by just inches. Now he goes sliding into the end wall as he came dangerously close to Babin. Gets back up onto his skates, gets his stick up looking for a tip. Jemayev, the center lane drive. Blacksmith, left flank, the poke from Thornton. It trickles to Coffey, who will cover.
Boy, I'll tell you that. What a chance there for the River Dragons on the previous offensive opportunity, and then Babin behind the net there. Just one thing, your goaltender. When your goaltender is one of the most physical players on your team, you know what I mean? It's nice to have a guy like that back there.
It is. I got a coffee pun for you all. I got to say, after playing last night and playing today, coffee is bound to be decaffeinated. What a pass from Wickline to Barrow. He zipped it to the right side for Storjahan. He was on his offhand. So Alexanian will twist out of the defensive zone and into neutral. Thwarted immediately by Lucas Texmo. He'll start an offensive opportunity. Barrow, patient with it, stripped by Garrett Johnson, who will lay it right back into Dragon Ice. If you're just joining us, we are 4 minutes and 15 seconds into the middle frame. We have no goals. I want to know in the YouTube live chat, who is scoring the first goal of the game for the River Dragons?
There you go.
Mike, you got a prediction?
The way tonight's going, I'm going to say I got to go with Hunter.
Underwood shoots, save made, the rebound there.
I got to go with Hunter.
Never a bad idea to go with the fire starter of the night. For me, the first goal of the game will be scored by Ryan Galvin, number 28.
Okay.
Ryan Galvin does work in the front office with us, and I told him, you're scoring this weekend as Barrow misses the net.
Does he look like he's okay, or is he getting out a little hobbled?
Barrow goes to the bench a tad slow. Here's Hunter high slot. Right out in front, whipping on the chance was Texmo. Storjahan, Hunter. Away it goes, and the Zydeco are able to get a wholesale line change, something they desperately needed, Mike.
I'm telling you, maybe the goal allotments have been taken by both teams after last night, because tonight they can't buy one.
And each goaltender doing their part in keeping this game scoreless for sure. Up to this point in time, Ed Coffey, 21 for 21. Ryan Hunter's stick goes flying.
Up into the net.
My goodness, it's in the mesh. That's going to be one cool souvenir for a fan when that comes down. Cox, the former Dragon. Mid-slot, Chirac, save, rebound, score!
Well, got
Matthew Bazarin, it's 1-0.
Got guys in front of the net, nobody on him. Just walked right in with a deflection, just puts it right up in over the Babin, and it's 1-0.
We mentioned that Matthew Bazarin was a sleeping giant because he didn't get involved in the physical stuff like he normally does when the Zydeco were here last month. Well, I guess he's a sleeping giant in another way, too.
Put the puck in the net. That's a giant goal in a scoreless game.
It is. The goal comes at 5:52 of the second. It's Matthew Bazarin, who wears number 12, 6'5", 235 pounds.
Oh, funny game this is.
Second goal of the year for Bazarin. Matthew Bazarin was suspended for one game. Did not play last night. due to that suspension. The blast from Blacksmith.
Wow.
That was a rip if I've ever seen one.
That's a nice shot.
Moore, Blacksmith loaded up, but Moore goes to the net instead, gets brought down. No arms are raised.
Slow to get up.
A little bit slow to get up. We officially have 40 combined shots. We have 1 goal. It belongs to the Zydeco. We will return to the River Dragons Broadcast Network in 60 seconds.
We've got a Dragon down on the ice.
.45 to go here in the second period. It's the Zydeco that opened the scoring tonight. Baton Rouge trying to salvage a win in the season series. Mike, this is the final game between these two teams this year. Game 6 out of 6. The River Dragons have gone 5 for 5.
Well, you got a team that didn't start the year very well, but certainly is kind of at this point playing a lot better hockey. Sometimes, you wish you could have those matchups with teams up to the bottom of the standings, but this is one team that I wouldn't want to necessarily want to tangle with if I didn't have to.
Exactly. And the River Dragons don't have to after tonight.
Yep.
We'll see if the Zydeco are able to fight their way back into playoff position, but they've got a long ways to go. The goal, once again, comes at 5:52. It's Matthew Bazarin, number 12, his second goal of the season. Assisted by number 19, that's Scott Chirac. And number 34, Jake Cox.
Boy, that's
heavy
a
collision.
Hit. That's a heavy
Moore
hit.
goes down.
That's the second hit he's taken in 30 seconds.
He's back up to his knees.
Finally,
play blown dead.
You got to call it. Oh, boy. Scary there.
The athletic training staff
That's
immediately come off of the bench to tend to Moore.
Have you ever had the wind knocked out of you from your backside? Most people you get your wind knocked out with the stomach. When you do it on your back, and I'm sure that's probably what he's feeling right now because he collided with those boards almost at full stride backwards.
Kyle Moore does not go to the locker room. He stays on the bench. Mike, that's a good sign.
That's a tough hockey player. That's the guy you want.
Doesn't get much tougher than Kyle Moore.
No.
He is the man. Kyle Moore, 4th year as a Dragon. A goal and an assist last night. 11 goals, 27 assists for 38 points this year for Kyle.
He's one of those guys that will be invited to every Legends game from now until whenever and when he decides to hang them up.
100%. No doubt about it. Kuznetsov. How about laying down on the ice and putting his body on the line to get in the way of that shot? Justin Samaro. Shout out to number 23. Alexanian, he's got a man to the right. It's Kuznetsov. That's exactly where he goes. Engulfing the puck right up is Samaro. There's a whack out of midair from Johnson. That was nifty. Defense into offense. Here is Bailey Morissette. He collides with his own teammate. Kuznetsov still gets it to the front.
Babin able to make big save. Yeah.
Alexanian with Morissette and Kuznetsov. That's blockered away with emphasis from Babin. 3-on-1 Columbus. It's Barrow, it's Storjahan and Wickline. Barrow, Storjahan! We're tied!
An assist to the goaltender. I think Babin deflected that intentionally like a punt, except with the blocker. Got it up, and how about that? Get it down to Barrow, he feeds it over, and this game is tied, and the crowd is alive.
Give an assist to the Dark Knight, Trevor Babin.
Man, he's getting a Gordie Howe hat trick and could have one. Open net goal.
Causer of mayhem, causer of offense, Trevor Babin. Update that suspension blurb on the website, FPHL, please. The forward out of Anthem, Arizona, Alex Sturgeon, scores the goal. And Barrow, you talk about putting the puck on a platter.
That's a heck of a play by the goaltender. No assist. I thought he was going to get. It must have been touched up.
I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna have to
check it out.
Watch the replay again. Alex Sturgeon last night had 3 helpers, Mike. Tonight he gets himself a goal. And last night on his 3 assists, he set up Tyler Barrow once. That was on the first goal of the game. Now Barrow does the same for him.
It's a good play on the line by Ford. Dangerous play, sticking your chin out like that.
Bazarin with some confidence underneath that stick.
What kind of bounce was that off the boards?
Took a weird one.
Yeah.
Underwood ducks his head. Can't get it past the line. Keller to the net. Now it's closed off. There's a man streaking up ice. It's Matthew Horn. He deflects it in.
Does his job, get fresh legs.
The goal comes at 7:23 for the River Dragons. They respond to the tally from the Zydeco 91 seconds after Baton Rouge made it a 1-0 lead. It's Sturgeon who nets his 17th goal of the season, assisted by Tyler Barrow and Brody Thornton. Do the River Dragons have the lead? Jemayev, Hunter, not right there. Babin will smack it off of the far glass. Hunter is waiting up the ice, but the Zydeco making sure they get back. Keller gains the line. He'll dish it back for Hansen, who sends it right back for him. 15-16. Now here's number 13, Ilnar Madiarov. Hansen had it poke checked away. Blacksmith will lead it up ice, but Madiarov was able to gain body position and a subsequent step onto Jemayev. The forecheck pressure immense from the River Dragons. If you're just joining us, we are 9 minutes and 40 seconds into the second period. Quickly approaching the midway mark of the hockey game. We were tied for quite a while, then we weren't, now we are again. Baton Rouge scored the first goal of the game. Columbus evening up the contest with a goal from Alex Sturgeon.
Making a line change in the middle of that dump.
Barrow, Wickline, and Sturgeon right back out there. This will be Hansen, though, at the end of his shift. The pass back for Katola. The drift over to the right. Katola, a centering pass. Hansen had his stick down. He wasn't in the right spot. Now, Tyler Barrow, a break.
Oh.
5-hole denial made by Coffey. Barrow's stick goes flying, slashed right out of his hands. That noticed by the backside referee, not the referee in the offensive zone, which is what gets me, but that's why there's 2 of them, right? 9.5 minutes to play in the second. The River Dragons will be on the Public's power play when we return.
Hey, grab me one too.
The difference with Beam isn't just speed, it's service that you can count on. And when you call, you'll reach real people who live right here. And when you connect, you'll feel the reliability that makes Beam stand out. Now whether it's working from home, streaming your favorites, or keeping up with everyday life, Beam keeps it all running smoothly. And right now, get our 1 gig plan for just $60 a month for your first 3 months. Fast, dependable, and local. Beam Broadband, connection you can count on.
Welcome back to the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Columbus scored one of their 8 goals on the power play last night. It was, take a guess, Ryan Hunter. His first of 3. His first of 3 in a row. That power play unit back out there with 9:31 left to play in the second period. Columbus will skate 5-on-4 in the box for Baton Rouge is Matthew Bazarin. 2 minutes.
Well, you got a goal to tie it up. Got a little momentum going your way. Let's see if you can capitalize it and go ahead.
It's 2 minutes for interference on Bazarin. Face-off win. That's a good start to a power play goal. Barrow, Hunter, you bet!
Hunter, how about that shot? And again, they work the puck marvelously. Just tick, tack, and toe right into the goal.
Three things are certain in this life: death, taxes, and a Ryan Hunter power play goal. No chance for Coffee.
No, it's not. That's not on Coffee at all. That's called having the man advantage and having Hunter sniping on the far side, just able to put it through. And 2-1. Momentum, and momentum.
27th goal of the season in game number 27 for Ryan Hunter. He remains a goal per game player. Jemayev, Kyle Moore back out there for his first shift after taking that large bump into the far boards. Moore and Matcham.
Yeah.
Do we have a tussle on our hands?
Red light might be on.
They're talking.
Got a 2-1 lead.
Neither player engages in the rough stuff.
Not to take it away from Moore in the sense of backing down or anything. I just think that the red light's on. I mean, you need the points more than you need the battle. And you're in a 2-1 game. It ain't 6-1. It ain't 5-1. You know what I mean? You can't play around. And the last thing you want to do is end up with an issue. And it gives them, if they win the fight, it gives them a little bump in them.
It does. It would be a worthy dance to accept if you're Ethan Matcham. You're down 2-1 after scoring the game's first goal. The ice is completely tilted. You might as well try.
Yeah.
But if you lose, that momentum, which is firmly in the grasp of the River Dragons, well, might be tough wrestling that away the rest of the night.
It's always that way, too, sometimes when, you got two tough guys that start a game off and, the puck drops and they're dropping the gloves and going. That's a double-edged sword. Your guy wins, your team gets picked up. Your guy loses, all of a sudden the other team's, got their tails a wagging.
I must mention this. I believe that's Billy Strings being played in the arena. Shout out to Matt Kill, our manager of business operations. Back to hockey. River Dragons lead 2-1. 8.5 minutes to play here in the second. This is Alexander Jemayev, one of the veterans on this team out of Creston, British Columbia. That's a hard fall he takes. Gets back up immediately, though. At center, Thornton. A quick tap, Moore goes skate to stick. Blacksmith tries to keep it onside. He spins like a ballerina. Stick handles at the line. Does so successfully, and Samaro will whip it right into the glove hand of Coffey, who could not catch it cleanly, Mike.
Good bid there. The defenseman coming in, getting a chance.
So Johnson on the backhand, outside of the blue line. I'll get that power play goal for you all in just a moment. For Ryan Hunter, though, that is his 12th power play goal of the season. And all of this to say that the River Dragons playing this way without Yaroslav Yevdokimov, who arguably the biggest acquisition in franchise history in terms of a trade, as Katola goes down in a heap. Play was blown dead for Moore, now the same for Katola a few sequences later.
Well,
Joel Texmo takes a tap from Blake Keller, number 16, who plays with an edge.
Yeah, Doherty came in and said, "I'll be your Huckleberry in this one," and I don't think that. I don't think he wanted to pick that bush.
To go back to the goal that gave the River Dragons the 2-1 lead, by the way, scored at 10:36. Ryan Hunter, number 88, his 27th goal of the year, and his 12th power play goal of the season. He now has 4 goals in his last 4.5 periods of play. It was assisted by Tyler Barrow and Kirk Underwood, the captain, so number 11 gets himself an assist. Brody Thornton has an assist. Tyler Barrow with 2 helpers. See if Barrow has a hat trick of assists up his sleeve tonight, as Ryan Galvin hits the skate blade of Coffey, who extended that pad. This is Ciolik, who wears number 3 on the back end. He scored his first goal of the season against the Monroe Moccasins last week on the power play out of Orchard Park, New York. Ciolik, the defenseman, now behind the net, shadowed by number 5, Josh Colton. Colton makes the defensive recovery and will allow Ryan Hunter to lollipop that puck to the opposing blue line with 6:33 to play. Colton again with it. He's without his longtime defensive partner, that's Mike Wynn, who is missing yet another game after heading to injured reserve earlier this week. Keller and Texmo were talking. Are they going to go?
They were talking before the draw and not now. Like I said, I think it's...
Hansen shoots out of play.
There's a time, there's a place, and this might be the place, but it ain't the time.
Up 2-1, 6:06 to go. Not the time. Joel Texmo turns the other cheek.
That gets you, a lot of times guys will end up getting a penalty trying to get you to go. It works out for you the other way.
But the way this game's being called tonight, though.
Yeah, really.
Not sure we'll have much of that. It's a slapper from Johnson. That missed by a wide margin. Barrow has a man streaking. It's Wickline. Wickline picks it up.
Oh, he put himself offside.
Offside.
You hate when you do that.
Not intentional from Cody Wickline, but...
No, it got deflected by the defenseman, and, you got to go back and reach for it. And by that time, your skates are over and the puck's on the other side of the blue line.
Now the River Dragons talking to the officials about where the faceoff should be.
Yeah, maybe, well, they put it there at the dot.
So Chirac will win it back. Starting it up is Cody Wickline. In search of support. The puck never got to Barrow. So Cox, right wing side, stopped right down in neutral. Stick lift from Lucas Texmo. Storjahan, short pass, misses Barrow. Chirac on the backhand will clean it up. Bazarin, a weak feed through the middle. Barrow pounced on it. Storjahan, Wickline, left side, right side, Barrow! Making the save was Coffey. It all started with Matthew Bazarin in the neutral zone, not putting a lot of mustard behind that pass. Blacksmith with his back turned to the right, save, rebound, and Storjahan.
Backhander just missed.
Could not sweep it in. Meanwhile, Morissette around the net, into the slot, Cox shoots, and getting a piece with his shaft was batted.
When you're hot, you're hot.
Thornton hauled down. He gets back up. Picks his twig up too. What does Blacksmith have for an encore after returning his back to the goaltender and setting up a great A? He joins Kyle Moore and Alexander Jemayev. Moore takes a lap around the Zydeco net. Samaro right point, They score!
Well, that line is definitely on fire.
to Samaro. Right past Ed Coffey. The 2-1 lead for the Dragons is now 3-1 in favor of Columbus.
Well, you got to just love the energy with that line right there. You know, Blacksmith comes out there, and we didn't see him skate last night, but certainly the way he's skating tonight, he's just absolutely making things happen back there. I mean, he's forechecking well, using the body, and boy, I'll tell you what, 3-1 now. This game was scoreless with 9 minutes left in the period. Here we go again. Goal fest.
Slowly but surely becoming a goal fest here on Valentine's Day. Love is in the air. And so are goals. 3 of them, in fact, for the River Dragons. I thought that one may have been tipped by Jemayeff in front, but Samaro led the line.
Yep.
Into the mesh, that bid goes for Samaro. That's his 3rd goal of the season. We'll take a commercial timeout. When we come back, the final 4:02 of the second.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Turn Back the Clock night is coming your way on March the 28th. Is that a throwback Cottonmouth jersey? Might be.
Turn Back the Clock night.
I asked head coach Bichard about what he thought about me and you being on the call together, and he said it's great to hear your voice again. I hope he likes my voice. Here's hoping. As Morris said, near post.
You do a great job.
No luck. Thank you very much. I try. This is a dynamic duo in the booth right here, and I think fans, I know the fans are in for a treat the rest of the year here on home ice. As Ford, D2D for Ciolek, the final 3:30 of the middle frame. Hunter has one of the goals for the River Dragons here in this second period. That came on the power play. He takes a bump to the back. So now Morissette will speed north. He's denied right at his own bench. Inside of the defensive zone, Alexanian had difficulty with it. Matcham will backtrack. Hunter, or excuse me, that's Galvin who feeds Hunter. As Columbus looks to take advantage of the turnover from the Zydeco. Doherty, Horn, the chop. Didn't get a piece of the biscuit. Hunter pinches up. Matcham defends. Remember, it was Matcham and Kyle Moore who had talked to one another about a potential fight earlier in this period. Nothing came out of it.
You get Dockery up there at forward.
So Horn, he holds. What a pass for Hunter! And he was stonewalled by Ed Coffey. That pass.
Well,
sheesh.
This period, the shots certainly in favor of the River Dragons, but quality shots. And Coffey, despite allowing 3 goals, it could easily be 5-6 goals in this game.
Could be. Because
Hunter's missed some, Barrow's misses at least 2 that I know of that normally or lately he would have put in.
Absolutely. And Coffee again, perhaps that's why he's back in the net tonight, playing the second half of a
hockey.
back-to-back. The bus legs does not just affect the forwards and the defensemen, also affects the goaltender too. Actually, the broadcaster for the Zydeco, Brian Flores, told me Ed Coffey drove himself to the game as he makes a helmet save.
All right.
One of a couple of players that drove themselves to the game. But the rest of the Zydeco did come together. But you can imagine how that might impact your performance.
I would think so.
Here's Cody Wickline, forward out of Flower Mound, Texas. Coffey will dive on the puck, make no mistake, and get a cover.
Where is Coffey from?
Ed Coffey, number 35, is out of Anchorage, Alaska.
I was going to say, he's used to long drives.
Yeah.
Takes that long to get a six-pack in Alaska.
Not many stores. No. This is his 19th game suiting up with Zydeco this year. 4-5-2, 3.25, 4-6-2, I should say. 3.25 goals against average. Save percentage around .880. Out of play it goes. Anchorage, Alaska. That's a long ways from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah. I would think that's a 3-day drive.
At least.
You know, I mean, legitimate. I mean, I'm sure there's some guys out there, I made it in 2. You know what I mean? All right, so you know, I mean.
That's great. You're just telling me you get no sleep. Okay.
Yeah, when you got there, what happened? I fell asleep.
The shots on goal here in the second period, 13-9 River Dragons, 31-21 for the game. This is Dmitry Kuznetsov, 29 years old. Jemayev through the middle. He's got Blacksmith to his right, or excuse me, Blacksmith to his left, Moore to his right. Through the legs of Moore. Kirk Underwood, the blast from the blue. His stick shatters. Kyle Moore plays the puck to himself behind the goal. He gets wrapped up with Cox. Cox picks his twig back up. Jemayev off of the pass from his defense. That was Underwood. Gets only as far as the red line. So Morissette will turn it with speed. Lucas Texmo right there to overtake. He'll toss it to the neutral zone. And now Blacksmith, 1-on-5. Still got it in between the two circles. Brody Thornton gloves it down. Slapped in. Johnson the other way. Bazarin, there's a poke check from Samuro. In the middle, taking a shoulder is Galvin. He remains on his skates in the final 10 seconds. Alexanian pushes the puck through Thornton. Bazarin back for Alexanian. And Samuro, after scoring the goal to make it 3-1, makes a big-time block right at the horn.
Yep. That's one right there. Taking away the shot, the pass, all at the same time, and turns that into nothing. And the period ends in a pretty darn good period for the River Dragons, considering how it started.
Right on. The River Dragons skate away from the second period with a 3-1 lead after no goals in the first period. Liam G and Mike Vee will have plenty to talk about when we return to the River Dragons Broadcast Network, 40 minutes through, Columbus up 2.
Hey, grab me one too.
Hey, it's Bill, your foodie guy, and you know I love food, right? So we've teamed up with Mike and Ed's Barbecue in Columbus on Schaumburg Road and our friends at Pepsi Buffalo Rock to create $1 Wing Wednesday. Look what I've got here. I've got a pile of wings, I've got my celery, and I've got my free Pepsi. I'll see you at Mike and Ed's on Schaumburg Road in Columbus. $1 Wing Wednesday. See you there.
Didn't think termites were up this early. They really don't go to sleep. But now that it's warming up, termites really start moving.
But I'm good, right?
Oh yeah, you're good. Don't worry about pests this spring. Call Cooks, and you'll already be a step ahead of them.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cooks Pest Control.
Hey, play for an ultra?
We playing for ultras? Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior like beer. An orthopedic injury doesn't mean you have to spend hours in the ER. Houston Urgent Ortho now offers orthopedic urgent care 6 days a week. At Houston Urgent Ortho, see an orthopedic specialist for your fracture, sprain, strain, or pain. Everything you need for your orthopedic injury is here, because orthopedics is all we do. Go straight to the specialist. Go to Houston Urgent Ortho.
A warm welcome back into the press box. Liam Gotimer here with you. Alongside me is Mike Vee. After 40 minutes of play, Mike, the River Dragons have a 3-1 lead. All 4 goals coming in that second period.
And in the second part of the second half of the period, once they got on track, you were talking about a lack of goal scoring in this game after last night, like a drought. And all of a sudden, somebody turned on the faucet, and here come the goals. 1, and then the River Dragons, fortunately, come back with 3 of their own.
The goal scoring started at 5:51, and it was Baton Rouge who got on the board first. It was Matthew Bazarin, normally known for his physical presence. Tonight, he gets himself on the scoreboard with his 2nd of the season.
Yeah, gets out right into the slot area, able to put it in past Babin, who's absolutely played spectacular, stonewalling him for the most part of the entire game.
Definitely. It was Bazarin who got his club on the board. The assist on that goal went to Scott Chirac, number 19, and Jake Cox, the former River Dragon and the Columbus, Georgia native. Once again, that goal coming at even strength and at 5:51. But then, Mike, at 7:23, Columbus scored their first goal of the game. Alex Storjahan set up by Tyler Barrow. And you talk about a grade A+ look at the net.
Yeah, I mean, and that was the goal that got the River Dragons going. I mean, once they were able to make that first one that get the back of the net, and then it started raining a little bit here.
It was Storjahan's 17th goal of the season, assisted by Tyler Barrow, number 8, who had 2 goals last night, and Brody Thornton, number 65, who also scored a goal in last night's game. So, Mike, the score was tied 1-1 at the 7:23 mark. Then at 10:36, the very first power play of the game for either side, Ryan Hunter. How long did that take, Ryan? Well, the penalty was taken at 10:29. The goal was scored at 10:36. 7 seconds for number 88.
That power play really clicking. I mean, when they get the passes going, they get in position. And Hunter last night scored one that way, almost an exact carbon copy of what you saw last night. And that was a big goal. That was the go-ahead goal and the momentum builder.
Danger zone for the goaltender and the opposition when Ryan Hunter has the puck on his tape at his house over in the right circle. So the River Dragons took a 2-1 lead after trailing 1-0. They had 2 goals in just over 3 minutes. Then at 15:44, the line of Alexander Jemayev, Kyle Moore, and Joetten Blacksmith, they wreak havoc in the offensive zone, and Justin Samaro, the recipient, flinging a shot from the right point, and it beat Coffey.
I think the unsung hero that should get it, if there's such thing as a half a point on an assist, is Babin. He kind of made that play by blockering it like a punt up the ice, able to get it. I thought he was going to get an assist, realized that it was touched twice. So, but that is one of those plays that worked out, and you love to see your goaltender stopping him, but if he can help you on offense too, why not?
Trevor Babin with a big-time blocker save and helped lead the River Dragons into the offensive zone where, as Mike mentioned, they would score. That goal came at 15:44. It was Justin Somero, assisted by Alexander Jemayeff, number 71, and Kyle Moore, number 15. 2 out of the 3 goals in that second period for the River Dragons coming at even strength. Hunters, of course, on the power play. The only tally for Baton Rouge off of the stick of Matthew Bazarin. And we spoke about Trevor Babin in our last point, Mike. What a perfect segue. 21 for 22.
Yeah, I mean, and just playing sharp. He's coming off that 1-game suspension, and now he's in this position to go out here and like he never missed a beat. Matter of fact, very, very focused. Has done a great job tonight. And you know, one of the things you got to say, we were talking about it last night, when you're making a run, and especially come playoff time, you ride a hot goaltender a lot of times in the playoffs, but if you got 2 goaltenders that can play well, and what I've seen of Roy and also of Babin right now, you got 1A and 1B on this team.
Trevor Babin is now free. Free Babin, it worked.
Free Babin,
and he's back tonight, 21 for 22 in prime form. Number 72, the Dark Knight. And what a perfect night for him to be back in the crease, because tonight is Valentine's Day, and Trevor Babin hails from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the city of brotherly love.
You got it right there. And you can, of course, bid on his jersey, right?
You can bid on his jersey right now on Dash. Let's get that graphic up there on the screen. You can scan that QR code and be a part of the Valentine's Day game-worn jersey auction right now, powered by our friends over at Dash. Do you want Trevor Babin's jersey that he's wearing right now in the locker room? Well, it could be yours by scanning that QR code on the screen.
There you go.
Back here inside of the broadcast booth, let's send it to a timeout. Then when we come back, I'll update you on what's going on around the Federal Prospects Hockey League. It's the out-of-town scoreboard, and a special thank you, as always, to Zelmo's Zippin'.
Didn't think termites were up this early.
They really don't go to sleep. But now that it's warming up, termites really start moving.
But I'm good, right?
Oh yeah, you're good. Don't worry about pests this spring. Call Cooks, and you'll already be a step ahead of them.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cooks Pest Control.
We've got a dragon down on the ice.
Nine minutes, 5 seconds on the clock here in the second intermission. Liam Gotimer back here with you. Let's now take you all on a drive around the Federal Prospects Hockey League. It's the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by our friends over at Zelmo's Zippin'. We will kick off our drive in Port Huron. The Prowlers with a 3-2 lead over the Binghamton Black Bears. That game has flipped on its head. Prowlers now have an advantage over Binghamton. We're playing some better hockey after struggling a little bit on home ice a couple of weeks back. Elsewhere, the Indiana Sentinels, they're traveling to Danbury to take on the Hat-Tricks. The Hat-Tricks have a 3-0 lead over the Sentinels. That game currently in the second period. This is the big one. Twin City and PD, a battle of the 4th and 5th best teams in the Continental Division. Statistically, Twin City, they trail by 2 goals to PD in the first period. Watertown and Blue Ridge, the Bobcats have a 2-1 lead over the Wolves. Remember, it was the Bobcats who scored 12 times last night on home ice against Watertown. they have the lead by a much smaller margin once again tonight. I mentioned that Twin City and PD was the big one. Well, here's the biggest one. It's Athens and Monroe. The Moccasins have a 2-1 lead in the first period after Monroe had a 2-0 lead in the third period last night. Tyler Masternak had a shutout until he didn't. 4 straight goals for the Rock Lobsters. The comeback Crustaceans do it again. We'll take a commercial timeout. Then when we come back, more intermission coverage right here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Hey, play for an ultra?
We playing for ultras? Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Didn't think termites were up this early.
They really don't go to sleep. But now that it's warming up, termites really start moving.
But I'm good, right?
Oh yeah, you're good. Don't worry about pests this spring. Call Cooks, and you'll already be a step ahead of them.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cooks Pest Control.
All right, here's the game plan. Tickets, food, drinks.
You forgot popcorn.
Popcorn, please. I'm talking about the family 4-pack.
That's a new play?
Even better, 4 tickets to a River Dragons game, 4 Chick-fil-A entrees, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 popcorns, all for just $40. Boom!
Did somebody say boom?
Coach, can families run that play too?
Only if they act fast. Clock's ticking.
The family 4-pack, 4 tickets, $40. We'll see you at the rink. Let's go, Dragons.
Hey, grab me one too.
Welcome back to the Columbus Civic Center. This is Liam Gotimer. Alongside me is Mike Vee. We have 4 minutes and 15 seconds until the puck drops on the third. Before we get you all there, I'd love to tell you all about the lovely jersey auction we have going on right now for Valentine's Day. There they are. Mike, what do you think of the sweaters? Honest opinion.
I do like the logo with the heart there for Valentine's Day. The little, River Dragon claw holding on to the heart right there. Beautiful. You can give that to your favorite person, or some people buy them for themselves. I mean, either or, whatever floats your boat. But I would get one.
You have any fun plans for Valentine's Day today?
Already did.
A hockey game?
Yeah, we had the luncheon instead of the dinner, so it worked
nice.
out well. Went to the same place we normally do, and they were open.
I went to our friends over at Hollywood Connection, so be sure to join them.
Great.
And then afterwards, I might take a visit with the players over to the Lofts. Be sure to say hi to me if you'd like.
All right.
And take part in our Valentine's Day game-worn jersey auction by scanning that QR code. Trevor Babin's jersey could be yours. Ryan Hunter, who has a goal tonight, his jersey could be yours. You want Tyler Barrow? Well, have right at it. Exciting times. The Valentine's Day game-worn jersey auction powered by Dash. Scan that QR code right now to get yourself involved. The River Dragons also have specialty jerseys going on right now. There they are. The replica jerseys are available now at ourdragonsmerch.com. The adult jerseys cost $99, kids $89. Scan that QR code on the screen to be a part of that. And Mike, here's my hard-hitting question of the night for you. Red, white, black, or teal?
I like the teal.
The teal?
Yeah, I like the teal, but, you know, I like the white, too. The white's got a good scheme, and it's got the teal in it. So, I mean, I kind of always like the San Jose kind of colors, and that's what that reminds me of over there.
You know, me and you are quite alike in that way because I've said many times on the River Dragons Broadcast Network it would be tough for me to choose between the white or the teal. Something about that teal dragon logo right on the front looks so clean. But whatever uniform Columbus is wearing out there on the sheet, you know that they're skating in style.
Now, no offense to anybody out there. It's not that I dislike the red.
Yes, no, we love the Reds.
No, in hockey, the red, and no offense to anyone out there, because I know there are plenty of them, but it reminds me too much of Montreal, and as a Boston guy,
okay,
you see red is not a good thing.
Yep. I hear you. I'm a Ranger fan myself when it comes to the National Hockey League, so definitely understand that original six rivalry. But with that said, the replica jerseys are still available. Be sure to get in on the action as we will now return to ice level here at the Civic Center. The third period begins in 75 seconds. And Mike, what's the biggest key for the Dragons to hold on and get the 3 points?
Well, the odd man rushes, okay? You got a 2-goal lead. Not to say sit on the league. That's the worst thing you do in hockey because they, be cliche, it's the most dangerous lead in hockey is a 2-goal lead. But go out there and do what you've been doing, but make sure if your defenseman's coming in and he's trying to get into the play, that as a forward, you see that D-man with the puck, as soon as he's coming in, somebody go back and take his spot so you don't have those odd man rushes. And Baton Rouge has had a few of them tonight, a bunch last night and a bunch tonight.
We often talk about keeping your foot on the gas pedal when you enter the third period with a lead, but for the River Dragons, they like to push the offense so much. Would you suggest that they not sit back a little bit, but don't go for a goal right away?
It's tough to call off the dogs. That's a tough call, but you kind of call off the crazy dogs. Play like a dog. Don't be a crazy dog.
All right, right on. I mentioned earlier this season that Kyle Moore, he's got that dog in him.
Yeah.
Not that D-O-G dog, he's got that D-A-W-G dog. Shout out to Brandon Schwobel, who produces games for us here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. He invited me over for the holidays, and he got me a holiday sweater that said, I got that dog in me. I'll be wearing that at some point this season. Just want to shout that out.
There you go.
So, on to the third period. 20 minutes on the clock, both teams on the sheet. The River Dragons and the Zydeco for the final regulation period this season between the two clubs. Columbus wearing their pink uniforms. Of course, on Valentine's Day, they'll attack from left to right, opening up with Alexander Jemayev in the middle, Kyle Moore on one of his wings, Jewett and Blacksmith on the other. On defense, it's Kirk Underwood and Lucas Texmo. In goal, that's Trevor Babin, number 72, who has made 21 saves on 22 shots through 2 periods. While on the other side for Baton Rouge, they wear their white uniforms, skating from right to left. They'll open up with Curtis Hansen, number 15. He takes the face-off. On his wings, it's Blake Keller, number 16, and Tyler Larwood, number 96, with Don Carter Jr. and Nick Catola on the back end. Ed Coffey, number 35, who started last night, still in between the pipes. The scene set. The puck dropped. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on the third.
There you go.
It's always go time, Mike. Always. Very seldom is it not go time. As Blacksmith, a between the legs pass, but it does not get by Tyler Larwood, the pest of the game. That was a hard wrister from the outside. Here's Don Carter Jr. straight into the gear of Kirk Underwood. A good first pass to Jewett and Blacksmith. Blacksmith waits. Did not have enough time to release that one. Jemayev with it once more. Pressed up to the far corner boards by Nick Catola. Coming over to join the fray is Curtis Hansen. But Jemayev wins the board battle against 2 players. Dumped deep. Don Carter Jr. will airlift it from the defensive zone, not out of play. It will go to the goal line adjacent to Trevor Babin, which means we have an icing 1 minute and 17 seconds into the third, which as always is brought to you by our friends over at Air Force Heating, Air, and Plumbing.
Baton Rouge not afraid to ice the puck. They've done it quite a bit tonight. And sometimes, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
It's not that you've been out there that long, so it doesn't kill you as far as you're not having your hands on your knees. You stick on your knees trying to catch your breath.
And it's confidence in your teammates in the dot. Curtis Hansen tasked with winning the puck away from the River Dragons. He does. This is Larwood. He'll speed in. Barrow will turn it. His pass closed off by Garrett Johnson on the backhand match him. We'll leave it off softly for Cox. Cox drifts in, scooping the puck up at the near dot and laying it back to the line is Chirac. Babin dives. The puck does not come to the goal line behind him.
Another good stop there and a tough shot to stop.
And you mentioned that a 2-goal lead, Mike, the most dangerous lead in hockey. Trevor Babin doing his part, keeping it at 2.
Yes.
Because once it becomes a one-shot hockey game,
then it's really dangerous.
Then it's really dangerous, and anything can happen at any moment. And we saw that out of the Zydeco last night. My mouth betrayed me there. I'm sorry. It's Matthew Horn.
We still think that he waited a little too long to pull a goaltender.
We're 2 minutes and 35 seconds into the frame. Ryan Galvin sends it around to the stick of Coffey.
Oh, look at that bounce. It went straight back from a rim pass, and it just went right out into the slot. But it worked out for Baton Rouge, except right there is a hooking call.
Ciola called down. That's going to be a penalty on Columbus. Coffey had vacated the net, and the puck met him over at the far side circle. So the net is empty for Baton Rouge. Delayed call to be confirmed right now. As Galvin smacks the near boards after missing his hit. He gives a little bit extra to Heath Ford.
Trying to go, I was going to say go to Ford to try to get something going. If Ford's smart, he just goes to the bench and let his team down by 2, get a power play without evening it up.
Ford not going to engage. Galvin takes a seat in the sin bin.
You know, second penalty called. I just knew there was going to be a call against Columbus. There's no way in the world these referees could not make a penalty call against Columbus after calling one, and it was going to be obvious, and that is an obvious penalty.
2 penalties called tonight, both of them obvious. Interference on Matthew Bazarin that led to the Ryan Hunter power play goal, and Ryan Galvin in that moment. 2 minutes for a slash. Could have been a slash, a hook, interference.
What, did he finally get him for holding?
They got him for a slash.
A slash? I thought it was hooking, but hey.
Alex
Saney. Stick foul.
Morissette. Carter. Gavin makes the save after a tip in front. Curtis Hansen, number 15, with the puck, far side corner, offensive zone. Cleared all the way out by Kyle Moore. You know how important it is to have your top-end players, Mike, be able to be effective on both sides of the special teams.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen a lot of offensive chances in this series with the River Dragons getting an opportunity to get a lot of shorthanded bids.
Ryan Hunter, another top-end player out there, while the club shorthanded. A testament to his development in South Carolina with the Stingrays. It's not just the offense you work on, as Larwood, right dot in the middle. Mariara misses the net. Excuse me, that was Chirac.
Chirac, yeah.
So Larwood, Keller, the blast from Chirac. Juicy rebound.
Flashy pad.
Columbus couldn't get it past the line. There's another pad save made by Babin. 4:35 into the period, half a minute to go on the 4 in the core penalty kill. Ryan Galvin in the box for a slash. Ken Blacksmith filtered that puck through the stick of a few Zydeco players. He nearly did. Hunter was driving. Baton Rouge will settle it in their own zone. Larwood races up to the blue line. He gets there. Shoulder to shoulder. He connects with Lucas Texmo. Left point match him to the cage. Takes a loud bounce off of the backboards. Out of the box in 2 seconds comes Galvin. Can the River Dragons catch him out of the box? They cannot. Chirac, grade A look. He missed. Now a 2-on-2. Barrow and Sturgeon with some fresh legs after the River Dragons killed off the
We got icing.
penalty. That's icing. I don't know if my eyes deceived me there. I thought Barrow reached the red line there. Huh?
Well, nonetheless, that's the call. The carpet's on the ice and ain't changing it.
Yeah, carpet's on the ice. So we're going to announce our raffle winners here, which means we can send it to a 60. We'll be right back.
The Columbus River Dragons are back inside of the Lair on Friday, February 20th, and Saturday, February 21st, as the club takes on their newest rival, the PD Ice Cats. The puck drops at 7:35 p.m. on Friday for Health and Wellness Night. Then, on Saturday, we are honoring those who served with our Military Appreciation Night, with the game set to begin at 7:05 p.m. Get your tickets at the Columbus Civic Center box office or by visiting rdragons.com.
All right, here's the game plan. Tickets, food, drinks. You forgot popcorn. Popcorn, please. I'm talking about the family 4-pack.
That's a new play?
Even better. 4 tickets to a River Dragons game, 4 Chick-fil-A entrees, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 popcorns, all for just $40. Boom!
Did somebody say boom?
Coach, can families run that play too?
Only if they act fast. Clock's ticking.
The family 4-pack, 4 tickets, $40. We'll see you at the rink. Let's go Dragons.
Back here in Columbus. Tonight, Valentine's Day, a week from tonight. Mike, it's military night. The first time I get to experience military night here in Columbus, I hear it's quite a spectacle.
It's the most amazing atmosphere that you'll see. It's a unique atmosphere, but it's a tremendous atmosphere. And between the patriotic theme, and the energy that the guys bring in uniform to this place, because Fort Benning training, we'll get into that in just a bit.
We certainly will once we have another stoppage of play. We're now back underway with 14:35 left. River Dragons have a 3-1 lead. Cody Wickline, he'll get to the spot first. What a pass for Sturgeon. He has a goal tonight. Did not hit the net. Barrow keeps it in. He'll sling it around. Right side half board, Sturgeon. Board battle. Wickline. Morissette for Madiarov. That should be offside. Morissette will shoot. Nearly stopped playing. Meanwhile, Barrow, perhaps numbers for Columbus. Barrow, Wickline, skate to stick. He'll twist away from Matcham, draw 2 members of the Zydeco to him. But the puck comes all the way back to Trevor Babbitt, who has made 26 saves tonight on what is now 27 Zydeco shots officially. Columbus back in action on Wednesday morning. Columbus taking on the Athens Rock Lobsters. 10:35, the puck drops. I'll have to shake the cobwebs a little bit over in Athens. It'll be fun. As Chirac, he'll pull up at the red line and turn it over to Kyle Moore. Moore, Blacksmith. In stride, Jewett and Blacksmith. Lifts the stick of Catola as he cuts to the inside to gain body position on him, but Coffey makes no mistake by getting a freeze. And Mike, back to Military Appreciation Night. Tell the fans that they should get their tickets now, because if they don't, they might not have an opportunity to do so.
The upper bowl is going to be pretty much filled with military personnel, so your chances to get some great seats to watch down low. And I'd get there this week. Matter of fact, I'd get online if I possibly could tonight and order my tickets for military night. If you've never been to a game that has the military here, wow, you're going to miss it, and you don't want to.
Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com or by visiting the Columbus Civic Center box office. And for more information, head to rdragons.com as Blake Keller shoots off the helmet of Babin. The puck to the side of Coffey. We have an icing.
Another
call.
icing. Like sleepy icings.
many icings on both sides.
Yeah.
Both teams content with stopping play. The third period's gone a little slow. We are 7:17 in.
I was going to say for the beginning of the third, or we're getting towards the middle of the third. It has been a little bit slower than what you think. I would think that would be a little more. Baton Rouge would be pressing a little more down by 2.
And they haven't. They seem a little. I'm not really sure how to describe it, to be honest, but they don't exactly look like a team that's in desperate need of a goal.
A little tired?
Maybe. They have the hotel legs, though.
Well, the legs, yeah, but it only lasts a couple of periods.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, both teams have to be tired, but
3-on-2. Joel Texmo, Ryan Hunter. Did not get 100% of the biscuit on that blast. Galvin keeps it down deep, though, with 12:20 remaining. That's what stands between the River Dragons and 10 straight wins as Ryan Hunter introduces himself to Tyler Larwood.
Wow.
That's the fire starter of the night and the pest of the game coming together.
that was a hit of the weekend.
Hit of the week, Ryan Hunter. 12 minutes left in the third period. That's for me, for the timestamp when I put the YouTube clip together next week. Hunter with the puck again. He's made his presence known with his body on this shift. He heads off for a line change.
He ain't just a goal scorer,
He's not. And perhaps he knows that it's that element of the game that's going to keep him up at the next level with the South Carolina Stingrays. And, of course, we hope the best for Ryan. Happy that he's here, but want him to progress as much as possible in his career. But it's that physical nature, that commitment to defense.
Two-way hockey, they love that up there.
And he's been doing all of that since coming back.
You can hit and put the puck in the net and be a two-way guy. Ain't no reason in the world you won't be up there sticking.
Here's Jemayev. He scores!
Hammer time! Jemayev, top shelfer, a beauty with 11-11. I don't want to curse it, but it's looking a lot better than it did at 3-1.
Alexander Jemayev goes upstairs. The River Dragons have a 3-goal lead. It's 4-1. 11-11 on the clock, as Mike said. Make a wish. My wish is already going to be answered in about 11 minutes and 11 seconds. For Alexander Jemayev, that's his 7th goal of the season. That's a 7-game point streak, by the way, for Alexander Jemayev. Barrow tried the between the legs pass there. Cox in transition. Matcham, a back pass. Cody Wickline's got it. And he's got Barrow to his left. Tyler Barrow, a step on Johnson. Back pass, Storjahan, denied by Coffey.
Great decision there. Great shot, and Coffey comes up big with the stop.
Here's Lucas Texmo, puck on his forehand. And that goes up over the glass. How about that patience from Lucas Texmo?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that right now, I mean, like we were talking about, it's kind of a lull part of the period, and all of a sudden, River Dragons catch a little fire, a little spark, and putting the pepper and coffee with some hard shots, and you got one that goes in. .33 shots now up for the River Dragons.
Trevor Babin, 26 saves on 27 shots tonight. Ed Coffey, 29 for 33. The goal comes at 8:48 and at even strength. It's Alexander Jemayev, number 71, assisted by Joetten Blacksmith, number 46. 7th goal of the year for Jemayev. Blacksmith now has an assist tonight. Jemayev a goal and a helper. Officially. Justin Samaro with a goal, Alex Storjahan with one. And last but certainly not least, Ryan Hunter.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Just past the 10-minute mark of the third. 9:57 exactly left to go. Liam G and Mike Vee here in the booth.
Nice win there.
Clean face-off win for Ryan Galvin and the Dragons. Galvin skating alongside Matthew Horn, the first-year pro, and Ryan Hunter, number 88. Nick Catola will one-hand that puck into his grasp. Don Carter Jr., Catola's defensive partner, will begin his approach left side. Scott Doherty overtakes for the River Dragons. Horn could not skate with the puck in stride. Now he will as it pops to him at the blue line. Coffee pad save, rebound, Galvin!
Oh, whoa. Wow. An underarm save there. Big one, too.
An armpit save, perhaps, from Ed Coffey?
Yes.
Sensitive spot. Ryan Hunter with Ryan Galvin. Hunter shoots. Coffey swallows it up. Easier said than done, beating a goaltender who's 6'6", even if you're Ryan Hunter. Not a lot of net to shoot at.
No. Tell you, talked about whether you call off the dogs or not. And Jerome Brachot has not called off the dogs. The offense is working with a 3-goal lead. You can some guys that want some points, try to maybe get the lead in goals, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Give him a little more leash.
So Heath Ford, number 6. To the center ice logo, tipped along by Kuznetsov. He'll hustle to the spot, but Brody Thornton gets there first. The puck behind Babin. Somro the scoop. Jemaev, rink wide. Thornton will swivel away from traffic. Blacksmith, the tap. Here's Somro, joins the play. Takes a check to the back from Siolik. Tyler Barrow and CJ Stubbs tied for the league lead in goals with 30. Blake Keller had 2. Lamps lit.
Thornton just shut that down, didn't he?
An impressive display of defense from Brody Thornton. Kyle Moore with a shove up high to Ethan Matcham. That's another meeting between those two after they had some harsh words. Or what I can imagine were harsh words.
Yeah.
Up here in the booth. I do not hear them, but facial expressions will tell you a lot. Storjahan, Barrow for the league lead in goals. Oh, he beat Coffey between the legs, but not the iron. Underwood, Barrow! Oh my goodness, Coffey was swimming out of the crease.
All of a sudden, it just got a little hard for Barrow.
Barrow's got it. Is the third time the charm? Yes, it is!
He got it. You start thinking that he got snake bit a little bit for a lot of this game, but You keep trying it like that, you can't shut that kid down.
No player in the Federal Prospects Hockey League has more goals than Tyler Barrow. 31 for number 8.
Wow. And I mean, he had chance after he actually hit the pipe on one chance, another chance, and then finally able to get the third opportunity on net, in net.
Third time's the charm on Valentine's Day. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Ryan Hunter collected off of that twig of Don Carter Jr. That one may have been labeled for the top part of the net if number 23 didn't get his stick in the way.
I'm just curious. Yeah, I know he had the 2 hat tricks coming in. How much of a goal streak does he have? Is it just started the hat trick as far as keeping track? Because now he's got a goal in the last.
He's got 9 goals now in his last 3 games and change.
I'm just wondering the streak, how many games did he had a goal in?
Tyler Barrow entered last night's game with multi-point games in 5 straight.
Okay.
He had a multi-point night last night, and tonight he has a multi-point evening.
Keep it going, Tyler. Of course, Hunter's not a bad bookend to that deal either. He's been putting the puck in too.
Not at all. Barrow, the goal, comes at 12:43. His 31st of the year, assisted by Alex Storjahan at even strength. So for Tyler Barrow, he now has 5 straight games with a goal.
Keep her going.
He has goals in 6 of his last 7 games, and in total in that span, he has 11. As Lucas Texmo's shot was blocked, Coffey makes sure to get himself a cover at the.
Tell you what, he put the hurting on a Baton Rouge player right there, right in front of the circle. Good shoulder check. Then he gets a good shot on goal. He's been kind of running around tonight, doing his thing.
He certainly has. Columbus have a 5-1 lead, 3 goals in the second, 2 goals here in the third, after nothing on either side in the first. And the River Dragons 5 minutes and 45 seconds away from winning 10 straight games and sweeping the season series from Baton Rouge.
Underwood.
Kirk's got the puck. Loses it to Cox. One-timer. Keller. Whiffed. Blacksmith. One hands it. Lucas Texmo. A 2-on-1 with Moore. Lucas Texmo. Kyle Moore. Drag. Shoots.
Oh, what a chance.
Hit the window. Now to the wall. Puck goes.
We'll leave the other part of that out.
And Coffey has given up 5 goals tonight. And perhaps, Mike, he'd move a little faster side to side if he were in an espresso instead of a coffee.
There you go.
See what I mean?
Right.
I know a couple of people back at home that like themselves an espresso. We'll be right back.
The Columbus River Dragons are back inside of the Lair on Friday, February 20th, and Saturday, February 21st, as the club takes on their newest rival, the PD Ice Cats. The puck drops at 7:35 p.m. on Friday for Health and Wellness Night. Then, on Saturday, we are honoring those who served with our Military Appreciation Night with the game set to begin at 7:05 p.m. Get your tickets at the Columbus Civic Center box office or by visiting rdragons.com.
All right, here's the game plan. Tickets, food, drinks.
You forgot popcorn.
Popcorn, please. I'm talking about the family 4-pack.
That's a new play?
Even better. 4 tickets to a River Dragons game, 4 Chick-fil-A entrees, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 popcorns, all for just $40. Boom!
Did somebody say boom?
Coach, can families run that play too?
Only if they act fast. Clock's ticking.
The family 4-pack, 4 tickets, $40. We'll see you at the rink. Let's go, Dragons.
Hey there, welcome back. My name is Liam Gotimer. Alongside me is Mike Vee. We have 4 minutes and 55 seconds left to play here on the Chattahoochee River tonight. The River Dragons have won 9 straight games. They will make it 10 when the clock hits 0.
And safe to say they won't be pulling the goaltender tonight.
Don't think so. Ilnor Madiarov, there's a check from Storjahan. Matcham sends it in front, the puck trickles around, it's punched out by Doherty. Puck touched by Baton Rouge, so we play on.
Babin does not have his stick.
Babin does not have his stick.
Ice it.
And that's interesting. How many times do you see the referee?
Never seen that.
You know.
Not while play's going on.
That's a first. That's a first.
Nice guy.
Not that I mind at all. But if I'm Baton Rouge, if I'm Chad Bailey, I don't know.
Maybe in a game that it's a 4-goal lead, it's not going to be a big deal, but still. And he puts his arm up for a call.
Babin will now go to the bench as we have a delayed penalty. Barrow, his pass goes through everybody, but Doherty able to recollect on the outside. Hunter now tripped up. That could be another penalty.
They ain't going to do that.
You could take Morissette too for trip.
Yeah, you could. He's calling a hook.
And Morissette skating to the bench. No, nothing on me. Just on Madiarov.
If I'm Bailey, I'm gonna chirp him. I'm gonna be like, hey, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. You're picking the goaltender's stick and handing it to him during play, and
Look,
you're calling powers against you. Yeah.
He's barking right now.
You gotta hammer him a little bit.
Well, after
he is getting it.
PD last week with nothing will surprise me anymore. As Colton hits the post, but Doherty puts it home.
That one came off the pipe, and then Doherty, Johnny on the spot, able to bury it. And Coffee, you can tell, is that long drive and this many shots on net is taking its toll on Coffee.
Johnny on the spot, call him Scotty on the spot. Scott Doherty finds the back of the net for the first time back here at the Civic Center since returning from the Stingrays.
Tell you what, Jerome Bouchard, glad to have him back.
If I can enter a 6'5", 235-man beast into my starting lineup, yeah, I think I'd want to do that. Someone who can score, someone who can facilitate, and someone who can fight like nobody else in this league. Scott Doherty is back home.
.42 shots up now for the River Dragons.
The offense continues to hum on home ice. Here is Matthew Horn, Massachusetts-born forward.
Dartmouth, Mass. Know it well.
I noticed that accent a little bit.
Are you kidding me? Pandorandum and Horseneck Beach in Westport and Jimmy's Pizza, the greatest pizza that you'll find on Route 6.
Oh my goodness! I'll tell you what, New Yorker here, I miss the pizza. I miss it. But you know what? Cerrone's does a wonderful job of coming close to New York-style pizza, like legitimate New York-style pizza. I take a bite out of it, and I don't know any different. That's an award-winning slice over at Cerrone's. Go get yourself one, by the way.
You go and check it out.
That was our meal before the game, as a save made by coffee. Me, though, I did not eat the pizza. As Lucas Texmo shoots, takes a bounce. Here's Kirk Underwood shooting. Wide of the net. So Morissette out of Quebec. Glove down by Trevor Babin. And be on the lookout, fans, for Chatting on the Chattahoochee featuring Trevor Babin coming out.
I don't know what Morissette's doing in this game. 1:46 left, 6-1. You're not playing each other anymore. I mean, you know, unless somebody did really something to me, I'd not be interested in that. I just say, you know, can we just get on the, and what are we having for the meal? The boosters making us for dinner, and then let's get on the bus and head home.
So Taryn, who works in our front office with us, he's a member of the Booster Club. He is cooking the meal tonight. Taryn makes the best chicken teriyaki I have ever had in my life. So Baton Rouge, they might lose tonight, but they're in for a great meal, as courtesy of Taryn and the rest of our wonderful Booster Club.
So how many of those players you think are going to be on that bus and say, you know, this is the best chicken teriyaki I've ever had?
Well, you know what? They should probably be thinking about the chicken teriyaki and not about tonight's game. Or last night's game, as Keller shoots and a save made by Babin. Numbers for the River Dragons.
Certainly won't want to forget.
Wickline rolled away from him.
They want to forget about this one for sure.
It was a competitive game last night, but tonight things,
not so much.
After a scoreless first period, have gotten out of hand in favor of your River Dragons. So Hansen a sidestep. Outer edge of the left circle, Scott Chirac. Don Carter Jr., Alex Storjahan will thwart it and dump it. Blacksmith will wheel it out of the Zydeco zone. He reaches the blue line, denied by the stick of Chirac with 27 seconds. The sixth goal for the River Dragons comes at 16-14, Scott Doherty. A power play goal from Josh Colton. Blacksmith, Moore, Coffey, able to make the save, all 6'6" of them. Blacksmith the cycle, Ford the flip. I'll let the crowd take it. The River Dragons have won their 10th consecutive game. And Mike, tonight, a 5-goal win over the Zydeco.
You know, and you look at the scores and the amount of goals that has been scored this weekend, last weekend in this building, and of course we got a series against PD next weekend in Military Appreciation Night. Boy, if they can keep these numbers up going, well on their way to doing what they need to do to make this run to just get into the playoffs and get hot at the right time. And 10-game win streak, that's not too shabby, folks.
The Rock Lobsters, the team standing in the way of the River Dragons, and 11 wins in a row. They will play on Wednesday morning. But as Mike mentioned, your Columbus River Dragons back on home ice Friday and Saturday night when the PD Ice Cats come back to town for Friday night's game, and then the show of all shows, Military Appreciation Night, where we proudly honor those who serve and those who have served in any of the branches of the United States military. Our appreciation to you all is immense, and we cannot wait to make this night, next Saturday, all about you.
That's a great thing, and the organization been doing, you know, River Dragon's been doing it. Of course, Jerome Bouchard has even had players go at the Ranger obstacle course, and different activities that they have at base. Always had a close association, even had a player, or actually several players that have played on the old Columbus team that were actually active players. And first one, we named him the Secretary of Defense. I remember that was the first player. I thought it was a cool thing. He was a West Point player and ended up playing for us, part-time, but it was fantastic. The Military Appreciation Night, folks, if you've never been live to it, if you've seen it on the tube, that's one thing, but it's another thing to see it live. Come on down to the Civic Center. You will not be sorry.
You won't want to miss it next Saturday night, Military Appreciation Night. But for tonight, the River Dragons win by a final score of 6-1. They've won for a 10th straight game. With the win in regulation, Columbus improves to 22, 11, 3, 2, and 1. They now have earned points numbers 73, 74, and 75 in the Continental Division standings, while with the loss, the Baton Rouge Zydeco fall to 8, 22, 6, 0, and 0. The River Dragons have defeated the Zydeco in every single meeting against Baton Rouge this season, as the season slate against their division rivals comes to a close.
And that's going to be one of those clean sweeps that you like to be able to pull off. I mean, winning on the road is always difficult, but at home, you always want to win. And of course, the River Dragons right now, as you said, just playing fantastic hockey. I mean, give it to Baton Rouge. They came in, long ride here, got on Friday night, stuck and hung into the game. I think, just the go of the River Dragons took its toll, particularly on Coffee at the end. They peppered him for some shots, and it's one of those things that it happens in hockey. You get to a certain point, and there's a little bit of a breakdown, and I think that's what happened in Baton Rouge. And give them credit, they didn't quit, that's for sure. They played from whistle to whistle, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
As we now get to our 3 stars of the night, the 3rd star of the game, Alex Storjahan, number 4, the forward out of Anthem, Arizona. Tonight, Storjahan, in his club's 6-1 win, had a goal and an assist. The 2nd star of the night is Trevor Babin, number 72. And Babin this evening, 28 saves on 29 shots. A reminder that you can bid on Trevor Babin's jersey on Dash right now. And this man's sweater too.
Oh yeah.
What else can you say about Tyler Barrow?
He didn't get a hat trick. He got 3 points though. Not too shabby. So I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, he is, and literally could have had another hat trick tonight. He just had hit a pipe, I believe, and then, of course, shut down by Coffee on some plays and some good defensive plays, blocking shots before they got there. Tremendous hockey player, and he deserves 1st star.
Most certainly. Let's hear from Tyler.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good step in the right direction. We came in this weekend and just did the same thing we did previously, and I'm sure we'll continue.
And you had 11 points in 4 games. You're on a hot streak right now. What have you been doing mentally to prepare yourself for each game?
It's like every other game, show up there and do the same things. Create your own habits and other things well.
And then we're on our next week. We're traveling to Athens, right? And then it's our first Wednesday game for the long time. What's the preparation for that for the team as well throughout the weekend?
Yeah, it's a 10:30 game in the morning. It's a school game. I played a couple of those with my brother. They're fun games, loud, getting in the crowd real quick. There's a bunch of kids screaming, so it should be a quick turnaround and good result for Athens.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Val. The number 1 star of the game, Tyler Barrow. And as Val Tyler mentioned, we are in Athens on a Wednesday morning coming up. That's a school game.
A special thank you to Tyler Barrow, our wonderful intern Valerie, for the interview after tonight's game. The next game for the River Dragons coming up on Wednesday morning, 10:30. Well, 10:35 officially. The puck drops at the Aikens Ford Arena in Athens, Georgia. The River Dragons have a crack at the Rock Lobsters, who have been simply dominant on home ice. Mike, the River Dragons win 6-1. Any final notes for you before we let our fans go?
Win on Wednesday. Win on Wednesday. You got to, there's a certain point where, it's like the old days where the Indian chief used to stick that spear and say, we're starting to own you. Got to win in Athens. You got to get by them if you want to continue.
10 wins in a row for the River Dragons. I hope each and every one of you watching had a very happy Valentine's Day. To our production staff here at the Civic Center, a special thank you for another well-produced game. For Mike Vee, my name is Liam Gotimer. Until next time, which will be Wednesday morning, stay safe, stay well, and as always, never forget this. Let's go, River Dragons.